Hello, everybody. Welcome to Mahopac High School Baseball. Today's not just a game, it's a sectional game. Today, Mahopac will bring their 15-8-1 record against John Jay's Fishkill, who's 14-10. A very difficult draw for Mahopac in the first round. But as Bill Parcells says, you're only as good as your record says you are, and Mahopac at 15-8-1 says they're better than John Jay's Fishkill. So we'll see what today brings. With me, I'm Mike Mooney, and with me today is my co-host, Mr. Tony Lasco. Tony, what do you think?
Well, first of all, Parcells said that when he was the Giants coach and not the Dallas coach. But what I think that the 5 seed against the 12 seed today is probably the two of the top teams in the section, and I expect nothing but a great ball game today.
Who's Mahopac going from on the mound?
I believe C.J. Riefenhauser, who is last night, I believe, was named pitcher of the year in League One, or actually Section 1, League C. So last night, so we have our ace going today, as far as I'm concerned. Should be a good game.
Tony, your son is a captain of this team. What was it like in your house last night?
It was pretty calm. He's been through this before, and with the hockey and his sectional experience, hopefully comes into play today. But hopefully he'll bring his A game, and hopefully he'll spread that to his teammates today.
Yeah, well, I like to predict right now. I think Mahopac will win this in a very tight game. In the pregame show today, we have special guests, I would say. This is not Mother's Day, it's not Ladies' Day, but for the first time ever on Mooney's Mound, we have the mothers of the seniors, so we're going to bring them in one at a time. Batting first, we have Arlene Alaska. Arlene, how are you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
Right. Your son is a captain, his team is a senior. Any thoughts on that?
He's had a great 4 years. The past 2 years, he's had a lot of fun on varsity, and he's done very well here at Mahopac, and we look forward to watching him play in the future at Wheaton College.
There you go. He played hockey, and he's playing baseball. Which games do you get more nervous at?
Hockey. Hockey. Fast-paced, just the hockey games. So, but I've enjoyed every moment, and I wouldn't have missed it for anything.
Well, this was quite a thrill for you as you and your husband and also your son, and hopefully this won't be his last game, but it could be the last game on his field.
I know. I hope not. Maybe the last game on the field, but we hope we're going to win today. We're going to give it a good shot.
All right. Well, thank you very much for coming. Don't go away. You stand right back here. Okay. Then we got Roseanne Peruzza coming in here. Roseanne, how are you doing? Good. How's everything?
Fine, thank you.
Good. Are you nervous?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Your son has been playing in baseball at Mahopac for quite some time. What are your thoughts on that?
Kind of mixed feelings today. I want them to do their best, but yet this is it for us. It's been great. It's been a great
One great memory for Joe.
Oh my goodness. There's been so many. I think MSA playing in the All-Star games, that's been great. And last year, Renegade Stadium, that was really cool.
One quick question for you. You live in a house of turmoil. You have a husband who's a big Cowboy fan, and your son's a Giant fan. How does that go?
Oh, my son's a Dolphin fan.
Okay.
It's even worse, and I'm a 49er fan, so,
It's got to be quite some fall there.
It is.
I guess you enjoy the spring.
Yes.
Okay, well, thank you very much for coming. You step right over here. Okay, batting third in the order, we have Trish Cartwright. Trish, how you doing today?
Fine, thank you.
Good. It's quite an honor to have you here today.
Thank you.
Okay, now come on over here closer to me so we can see you. Your son plays center field here. His name is Joe. Did you guys name him after Joe DiMaggio?
No, after my father-in-law.
Okay, all right. You get quite a throw at him playing baseball, though.
Absolutely.
Right. What's your biggest memory of him playing here at Mahopac baseball?
Oh, I don't know. Cooperstown, varsity. I mean, just a lot of memories and a lot of nice times and good friends.
I bet you've watched a lot of uniforms in your time.
Yeah. Including this morning.
Yes, you did. You want to make a prediction on today's game?
Oh, Mahopac all the way.
Okay. I'm going to tell you one thing. I've seen a lot of guys play center field here, but your son made one heck of a play a couple weeks ago. You remember that?
I unfortunately just missed it. I was at home. I was on my way here, but I heard all about it, and I can't wait to see it on the tapes.
Okay. Well, he's one heck of a ball player. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you.
Okay, batting in the cleanup spot, we have Cheryl Harlan. All right, now here's somebody who can actually really knows what it's like to live and die with a player because her son is on the mound all the time. Cheryl, how are you doing?
Good, thanks.
Good. Do you get nervous when your son's pitching?
Very nervous. It's very stressful.
How come you sit still and your husband walks all over the field?
I tend to pace too. It just depends on the game.
Yeah, but at least we know we can find you. We're not really sure where he is from inning to inning, and what goes on in his mind, do you think?
Paul's mind? Or, I don't know. I really can't say. I think everything.
James has been on the varsity for 3 years. You must have a lot of memories. Is there one memory that sticks out?
His sophomore year was very exciting. He had a great sophomore year. That year maybe.
Is there any one game in your mind you'd like to see him pitch over again?
I can't think off the top of my head. Do you know?
Well, I think every game he's pitched has been good, so I'll tell you what, they're all good memories, and hopefully you'll enjoy the playoffs here today, and I want to thank you for coming.
Thank you, Mike.
And last but not least is Karen Mack. This young lady, I can tell you one thing, has seen a heck of a lot of baseball games with his son playing or her husband's coaching. Karen, how you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you. And how are you?
You've been to about 1 million fields here in Mahopac over the years. A lot of good memories.
Many, many good memories, yes.
Now, your son's a senior on the varsity here, and he'll be graduating and moving on. What's his plans for next year?
He's going to Herkimer Community College, and he hopes to play some ball up there with the goal of going to Cortland to study sports management.
That's fantastic. That's a good little career ahead of him. At the end of the day, when your husband comes home and your son comes home and there's a loss, who takes it harder, your husband or your son?
I'd say Larry.
And I know for a fact that he's coached a lot of games and done a lot of things for MSA baseball, and your son is a byproduct of that. What's your best memory of your son, baseball-wise?
I'd have to say his comeback in freshman year when he had his spinal fusion, and he was able to play without problem.
A lot of people don't know that, and that's something he has really been, quite an exemplar on as far as to overcome adversity. And I think a lot to credit to you and your husband.
Oh, well, thank you very much, and a lot of credit to Brian. He's a real go-getter, and he loves his sport, so he wasn't going to let anything keep him back.
Okay, we're going to get one quick prediction from each lady. I want to give you the winner and the score. We'll go right down the line.
8-2, Mahopac.
5-4, Mahopac.
6-3 Mahopac.
5-2 Mahopac.
6-4 Mahopac.
Okay, you heard it right there from them. Now, as everybody knows, no one ever goes away empty-handed here on Mooney's Mound. So we have Vanna White coming out here, and she's going to distribute. She's going to distribute a parting gift for each one of you young ladies, and I want to thank you all for being on the show.
I would like. Well, thank you. On Mooney's Mound, Mr. Mooney always asks the boys to take off their caps so we can all see their beautiful faces. Ladies, remove your sunglasses so we can see your beautiful faces. And congratulations and good luck, ladies.
Okay, we're going to distribute a gift to each lady for being on the show here today, and we'll be right back with the start of today's game.
Introducing the non-starters for the Patriots of John Jay.
Okay, here we go with the Mahopac starting lineup.
The shortstop, number 26, Nick Olasco.
Nicky Olasco, he's a
Batting
senior and a
second,
captain. He'll be
number
playing
19,
shortstop.
Nick Barbalato.
Nick Barbalato, a mainstay in behind the
Batting
plate.
third, the left fielder, number 23, Pete DeResta.
And Petey DeResta, the left
Batting
fielder.
fourth, the first baseman, number 11, Anthony Castellito.
ACDC, Anthony
Batting
Castellito.
fifth, the third baseman, number 10, Nick Raptis.
Nicky Raptis, number 10, running out
Batting
there.
sixth, the center fielder, number 6, Joe Cartwright.
Jumping Joe
Batting
Cartwright,
seventh,
running out there.
the right
One
fielder,
heck of a
number
center fielder.
33, Matt Petrone.
And Matty Petrone will be playing right field, number 33.
Batting eighth, the designated hitter, number 2, Dan Cressy.
Dan Kress will be batting for
Batting
the
ninth,
starting
second
pitcher,
baseman,
C.J.
number
Riefenhauser.
5, Brian Mack.
And Brian Mack,
And today's
second
starting
baseman, number
pitcher,
5,
number
running.
7, C.J. Riefenhauser.
Number 7, C.J. Riefenhauser, the
Ladies
workhorse
and
from
gentlemen,
Mahopac
prior
High
to the
School.
singing of today's national anthem,
Teams will line
the
up
Mahopac
along the
varsity baseball
base
team would like
lines
to
for,
acknowledge a very special person who is here
national
today for
anthem.
the program. For his unselfish support of the program
Be a
and for
special-
his tireless dedication to the promotion of Mahopac High School
Special
sports,
base presentation
the
here.
Mahopac baseball team would like to thank television announcer Mr. Mike Mooney. Mr. Mooney truly gives up his time and effort, and even say financial support, to promote athletics by producing, directing, and announcing games for the local cable channel. His dedication year after year, even after his son Michael graduated from Mahopac 2 years ago, shows that Mr. Mooney is a man of character and one of goodwill. We would like to thank him for everything he does for the program, but because he is way too modest to come down out of the booth here today, we would like to ask senior captains James Harlan and Nick Olasco to escort Mr. Mooney's wife Joyce to the mound, throw out today's first pitch, and accept this bouquet of flowers on behalf of the Mahopac varsity baseball team.
Well, I can tell you this is quite a shock to me. At a point where sometimes you don't know what to say. So I'm certainly taken back by this, and I'm sure this is going to be a thrill for my wife, Joyce, to go out there and throw out the first pitch. Hopefully she'll be able to hit the catcher if they can get her out there. And sometimes the way she moves, this might take a while. This is quite a surprise, and I want to thank everybody for the thoughtfulness that goes in behind this. If she doesn't throw a strike, I'll be shocked. Okay, let's watch this.
Pressure's on, Joyce.
The pressure is on. She's going to get real close. There you go. Good throw.
Thank you, Joyce. If everyone could remain standing and remove their caps, today's national anthem will be sung by freshman sensation and talent show winner Nick Lapalato.
Okay, Nick Lapalato will sing the national anthem here, and this will be quite an honor for him. DJ Riefenhauser takes the mound, what we can do is go around the infield and the outfield and introduce each one of these players. CJ Riefenhauser, the junior on the mound, has been the workhorse for Mahopac, and we'll see plenty from him here today. In behind the plate is his battery mate, Nick Barbalato, and Nicky Barbalato came back from a big injury late in the season, the dislocated finger, and was able to come back and contribute to this team greatly. At third base, we have Nicky Raptis. Running around the infield to his left is Nick Alasko, captain on this team, and one of the catalysts. As he goes, this team will go. To his left is Brian Mack, and we saw Brian Mack's mom before the game, and this kid has overcome quite a lot of physical operation. We had a rod put in his back as a freshman. He's been able to contribute greatly as a varsity player. Right down below us is one of my favorite guys, ACDC, Anthony Castellito, and we call him DC because he is 110% direct current all of the time. Out in left field is one of the best hitters I've seen in Mahopac High School in a long time, and that's Pete DeResta. To his left in center field and roaming that big old outfield out there is one of the fleet-footed guys we've seen here at the high school in a long time. He made one of the best plays I've seen in a very, very long time here is Joey Cartwright. And to his left is the right fielder, Mr. Matt Petrone. So that wraps it up as far as the defensive alignment goes. And CJ Riefhauser on the mound taking his warm-ups, and it's going to be interesting to see how Mahopac reacts. This John J. East Fishkill team is absolutely loaded with hitters. Some of these guys have been on this team for 3 years as sophomores, juniors, and now seniors. And the kid that will be opposing Mahopac today, I happen to know personally Jim Schulte. He played ball with his dad. His dad was one heck of a ball player, and he played for the Texas Rangers. And his son is no different. This kid has been on the varsity for 3 years, initially as an outfielder, and now is their primary pitcher. It should be an interesting matchup as we get ready, and we'll see what they bring. So the throw goes down to second base, and we'll be ready to start with the first batter for
John Jay, the center fielder, number 27, Joe Perone.
Tony. What do you think? We got an interesting game going.
Yes, we do.
Are you a little nervous?
Yes, I am.
Come on over here. Anyway, we have CJ Riefenhauser on the mound. He's been the workhorse for Mahopac so far this year, so good selection by Coach Malone.
Yes, he has. He's pitched against all of the Section 1 teams, League 1 teams, and we're proud of him because, from what I understand, he was named All-League, All-Section, and League C Pitcher of the Year last night. So congratulations to CJ. He earned it.
It's well-deserved. I tell you what, he's a heck of an athlete. We've talked about him during the course of the season being a football player and a baseball player. He's one of those kids I think he can throw in the pool, and he probably do pretty good at water polo. We've seen John Jay's Fishkill 3 times this year. This is a very, very difficult draw in the first round.
It really is. It's surprising too. From the way it looks, it's a surprising draw all the way up the line. Having a couple of the Yonkers teams in the mix really, skewed the thing a little bit. But you know what? They played the games. They deserve the seeds that they got. And you know what? I don't think any of our kids mind it. They really don't. They want to play the best teams, and they got their work cut out for them today. So we'll see what happens.
Certainly familiar with each other. This is there's no strangers to each other. They play each other 3 times a year, and I was quite shocked to see when the seedings came out that John Jay was seeded at 12. I mean, I always envisioned them as being one of the top teams in the area. But then again, all the teams from this league got into the playoffs this year, and I believe that's a first. You got Carmel in here to play in. You got Mahopac, John Jay, Ketchum.
We're the only league that got everybody in, so it goes to show you the strength of our. All the guys in all the teams in our league.
It's been a strong league for years, and just missed outside. CJ will walk the first batter there in full count.
Batting second for John Jay, the shortstop, number 13, Joe Panic.
All right, well, here's another kid for John Jay that's no stranger to Mahopac kids. His brother, Paulie Panic, played for John Jay for 3 years, an excellent catcher. These kids have played against each other in the summertime also, and Joe Panic is no stranger and another real good hitter. So CJ will have his work cut out from one man on first and nobody out. Joey Panic he's only a junior, so he'll be back next year, and CJ starts him off with a strike.
We haven't seen these 2 umpires all year, and now you get to a sectional game, and here they are. And I think for the sectionals they really ranked them, so these are 2 of the best. So no excuses today.
Yeah, it's funny. Sometimes you get umpires that are familiar with the team. They almost get familiar with the pitching. And I think sometimes when you go to a sectional game like this, it's probably good to have some guys that you haven't seen before, because it gives you the ability to be totally unbiased in the game. Not that umpires are biased, but it's just one of those things where they haven't seen a guy, so you don't come in with the preconceived notion that a guy's going to throw fastballs all day, he's going to throw curveballs all day, whatever the case may be. So it'll be interesting to see how it plays out, and hopefully the umpires will not be a factor in this game. Joe Perone leading off first base, throws right over to Castellito and pulls him back. Be interesting to see if John Jay has something going here early, if they want to be very aggressive in their. Ooh, almost got him. Throw. CJ with a snap throw over to Castellito and almost got him. So.
I mean, I've seen him in MSA games deliberately walk guys just to pick them off. that's CJ for you.
He's got a real good move for a left-hander to first base, as most left-handers do, and again, he's no stranger to the mound. This guy has been the workhorse for Mahopac so far this year. He's got over 54 innings pitched, which is quite a bit for a high school pitcher. Good fastball right on the screws there. I'm a little late with his signals here, so we're gonna have to be
adjust. We're gonna have to adjust. That's all.
Very important, I think, for Mahopac to get off the field in the first inning, especially when you're home. What you want to do is take control of the game from the beginning. You don't want these guys to get comfortable here on your field where they can score a run or two. And CJ's he's gonna be working to a very formidable lineup here in Panic, and Dave Chiaki next, and then Jim Schultz. I know that kid can absolutely flat out hit. So we'll see how he gets through the first inning, which is very important for every pitcher, I think, especially as a starter. Tony, any other games against John Jay? They were all close games, and if Mahopac, has learned anything from those games, it's every run is very important.
Well, James pitched 2 of those 3 games, and they were all tight games. And I think Anthony pitched the other one. So this is the first time that John Jay's seen CJ this year. So it's a little slight advantage touch. We've seen Jimmy Schultz before.
Yeah, we know what we're going to get from him. It's going to be a lot of good hard gas. CJ with a look over. Ooh, up high and away. 3 balls, 2 strikes. I would send him here. I'm not going to be overly aggressive, but 3 and 2 on the batter, and you get 2 good batters following him. Be a good pitch to go on. CJ, strike 3, big strikeout for Riefenhauser, and that takes a little bit of pressure off here in the first inning. But it doesn't get any easier than that. I got Dave Chiaki coming up here.
For the Patriots, the left fielder, number 15, Dave Chokey.
Did we ever finish their lineup? Oh, that's it. Okay.
Strikeout for CJ, big time.
It's big. Which, as a pitcher, you want to settle in, and the last thing you want is a bunch of guys running the bases early in the game. So, with the walk and the K, we'll see how he works to the third batter here. Head coach Tom O'Hare will be interested to see how he plays this game. And again, this is it's 1 and out. Unfortunately, it's not a double elimination tournament, but with all the teams that are in the high school ranks, that'd be impossible to do that. Fly ball to right. Matty Petrone coming under. Matty makes the play. Nice play by Matt Petrone out there. Had to go a long way for that, and against what I describe as a very, very high white sky, might not have picked that ball up right away.
Fitting up for John Jay, the pitcher, number 9, Jim Schultz.
Okay, well, Tony, if there's one guy in the lineup that scares me, it's this kid right here, because he is a flat-out baseball player. He's been around for a long time. He pitches, catches, throws. He does everything. This is one guy CJ's going to have to be careful with.
Well, he killed us in the last game. It was a late inning, 2-out, 2-run base hit to really kill us. But we know all about Jimmy, and hopefully, and CJ knows all about him too. So it should be a good matchup right here.
CJ starts him off with a fastball. This is one kid, he's going to hit the ball. He's not somebody who's going to strike out, so what you want to do is kind of move the ball around on him, keep it down. Hopefully he'll beat it into the ground, and we'll be able to get out of the first inning here. So CJ's a competitor. He's going to go right at him, though. CJ he's not going to be a big fastball, big swing by Schultz there. CJ's a cunning kind of a pitcher. He's a good mix.
You know, and I just noticed something too, Mike. And since you were a pitcher, CJ's got the long sleeves going today. Any advantage or disadvantage?
I always thought that was a great advantage. I think you got to cover up, and I think once you get your sweat going and you get nice and moist like that, it's a benefit to have long sleeves on.
I was an outfielder and a bad one at that, so I wouldn't know.
It used to be, I'm going back many, many years ago. It used to be it was a rule that you went out with long sleeves on. Nowadays, you see some of these guys who are making millions of dollars a year going out with no sleeves on. And even in as warm as the mug as he is today, it's one of those things where you want to have something to whisk the sweat away from your body. So especially with all the material they have today. Good pitch. Another late strike, and CJ evens up the counts. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. So it'll be a big pitch coming up here to.
Is the umpire giving a verbal signal right away, do you think? Or the kids, is he letting the batter in the catcher?
I think everything's delayed right there. I think he takes a real good, hard, long look at it, and then you're gonna get the verbal and the pump with the fist. But,
Mike Merriweather in the majors takes his sweet time making a call, but he's one of the best umpires in the league. So,
well, I think sometimes if you take a good, hard, long look at it, you make sure of it. Some guys are very quick to react to call a pitch, and sometimes they might miss it that way. Riefenhaus it to the set. Curve high and away, so he's gone full count with Jim Schultz. And this is a territory you don't want to be in with a real good hitter, because now he can kind of sit on a fastball. And CJ has an excellent fastball, and he's got a good curve, he's got a good change. The thing here with Mahopac is a lot of high schools, I think the coaches call the pitches, so it won't even be his selection here.
Yeah, from what I understand, Mr. Miller calls a lot of the pitches, so it's just a matter of getting a pitch and throwing it. Here we go.
Oh, just missed on the outside. I tell you, took a good hard long look at that, but that was a real good fastball, 3-2, and lost him. So it's first and second and 2 outs.
Batting fifth for John Jay, the first baseman, number 25, Matt Mitchell.
That'll bring up Matt Mitchell for John Jay's Fishkill. And Matt's a senior first baseman, so he'll be no stranger to playoff pressure, and I'm sure they have him in that 5-hole for a reason. But this would be a big batter for CJ, because you don't want to protract the first inning, especially it's a hazy day, but it's hot, it's humid, and Coach Maloney's going to be looking for him to go as deep into this game as he possibly can. Comes to a set, long look at home. Another delayed strike, but that's a good fastball, letter high, right over the middle of the plate, and CJ's ahead 0-1. That's where you want to be in this kind of a situation. So. Tony, you've seen CJ in a lot of these situations, the bases loaded and stuff like that. He's pretty much impervious to the pressure.
He absolutely is. There's ice water in his veins, and he's a kid who he'll just give you everything he's got, every inning, every pitch. So this is the kind of guy you want to start off the sectionals with, for sure.
He's the kind of guy you want to hitch your wagon to. He's he's a real leader on the field, and the guys seem to rally around him. Steps off there and composes himself. That's a good sign. You like to see that pitcher. Don't throw unless you're ready. A lot of young pitchers today, what they do is they get the ball and they feel there's a pressure to get rid of the ball right away. If you're not ready to throw, step off the mound or throw the ball to first base. Get yourself set and ready to go. Comes to a set, runners at first and second. Curve down. Good pitch, 0-2. He's ahead in the count here, so he can pretty much dictate what he wants to throw here on this pitch, and hopefully get the batter to chase something out of the zone. So Matt Mitchell behind in the count here, 1 ball and 2 strikes. And you got Joe Perrone on second base and Jimmy Schultz off first. Riefenhaus comes to a set, 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Big pitch here early in the game. Fastball down, good hard fastball. He had something on that. That fastball was designed to strike him out. He just got it down a little bit, but he had plenty on that. That might have been his best fastball of the game so far.
Seeing CJ really pitch, his fastballs, it moves so much that it's one of the best fastballs I've seen. He's got a lot of movement, especially from a lefty, so batters have a hard time picking it up. So.
Hopefully today he'll have a real hard time picking it up. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners lead. Curveball, he got him. He pulled the chain. Excellent pitch by Riefenhaus to pull the chain. I'll tell you what, he would have fooled me because I was looking for a fastball, but at the end of 1/2 inning, we have no score.
Pack the shortstop, number 26, Nick Olasco.
Okay, we're back here in the bottom of the first inning, and Mahopac will send up the table setter, Nick Olasco, the shortstop. He's a senior and a captain, and could very easily be playing his last game here at Mahopac High School on this field. Anyway, hopefully on Monday, Mahopac will move on to play Fox Lane should they win. But Nicky has done an excellent job in his 2 years on the varsity here as a shortstop, and is absolutely stolen a dozen outs on throws across the diamond where he's, I'm going to say, been very liberal with the tag at second base, but they'll be looking for him to set the table here, and a real good hitter, and has a good eye at the plate, and he's batting on the north side of 300, but one of those guys that people kind of rally behind. As I said in the uptake was, as he goes, so goes the offense. So we'll see what he does here. And Tony, your thoughts here as he comes to the plate.
Yeah, actually, he's developed that tag that complements to Coach Miller and Coach Evers. So they've been working with him at the middle infield position. So he's developed that.
Well, I've seen, I haven't seen a lot of the games, but I'll tell you what, the ones I've seen, he's stolen 4 or 5 outs coming across that bag early and then doubling guys off first base. And there's an act to that. It's as I kind of refer to him as very Jeter-esque, and he's up at the plate right now facing one of the better right-handers in this league. I'll tell you what, this kid Jimmy Schultz has developed into one heck of a pitcher, and be interesting to see how he does here this afternoon. Real good fastball. They're going to see a lot of that today. I tell you, this guy can reach back and throw when he has to. One away, and that'll bring up Nick Barbalato.
32nd from Mahopac, the catcher, number 19, Nick Barbalato.
Schultz, he comes from a baseball lineage. His dad is probably sitting over there on the third base side, someplace with a knot in his stomach. But I can tell you what, his dad was one heck of a player, and he played for the Texas Rangers and the Robins down in Rochelle, and was a great contributor all the way around. So I'm sure his heart is beating a little bit right now with his son on the mound. Oh, and inside, Barbalato coming to the plate here, and I tell you, it's great to have Nicky back. He was out for a couple of games with a dislocated finger, but he makes all the difference in the world behind the plate there. Having a limited amount of experience he's had catching, but they'll be bringing him back next year as a senior in behind the plate. He's getting a wealth of experience here this year. It's a big difference when he's behind the plate defensively, Tony.
Well, again, we've said it in the past. We'll say it again. He had big shoes to fill after Chris Irwin and Mickey Lugbauer have been tremendous over the years, and Nick has done a great job for us this year.
Basically, it's been seamless. The transition is seamless. I mean, there are no pass balls. There are no wild pitches. He's got a real good arm down at second base, and he's only going to get better as he gets older. A big curveball, it's a change curve, and you won't see too many of those. I think that was just to show it, but what Mahopac's going to see from Schultz today is 80% gas, and the rest of the stuff be his breaking pitches. But he's a fastball pitcher, and inside. Barbalato had 3-1 in the count. And I tell you, it's this baseball program is one heck of a great tradition. It seems year after year after year they're in the sections, and year after year they do well. It's a tribute to Coach Maloney and Coach Miller, what they do with this team. There's another late strike there, and he was up to count 3 balls and 2 strikes. So, and they certainly laid the groundwork here. There are a lot of juniors on this team that will be back next year, and it's a great experience for them to be in a game like this. Slow top to towards first base. Bobble throws to Schultz covering, and they get Barbalato by a step. Good play by the first baseman to make the play there and stay in front of the ball, and that'll bring up Pete DeResta.
Batting third for Mahopac, the left fielder, number 23, Pete DeResta.
Well, this will be an interesting matchup. You got DeResta, who can absolutely crush a fastball, and you got a guy in the mound by the name of Schultz who can throw a fastball. So it's going to be power versus power.
Agreed. PJ, this is his kind of pitcher. He doesn't like those Greg Maddux types. Give me a Roger Clemens type. So, be a good matchup here for Peach.
Oh, he takes one right there for the team. And I'm sure he's not happy with that. He's the kind of guy who wants to grip it and rip it, but we'll take the base.
He's also a fastest guy. So, with 2 outs and, Anthony up, a good time to run him right here.
Got another fastball hitter coming up, Anthony Castellito here.
First baseman, number 11, Anthony Castellito.
ACDC, Anthony Castellito, and this guy, I'll tell you what, if he hits a fastball, it'll be in the parking lot. This guy is all wool and a yard wide, and he just grips it and rips it. Takes a fastball. He's measuring him right now. This is another good matchup, Tony. You get power against power.
Yeah, again, I think you said it best. If Anthony gets a hold of one of Jimmy's fastballs here, he could be running for days.
I'm sure Dan Castellito, his dad, is probably pacing back and forth right now. Those curves going, delayed steal, and DeResta, with using all of that speed, got down there way ahead of the throw.
Boy, did he get down there fast. Again, he's got 6'6", 6'7" speed in the 60. He's been clocked at college combines, and he's without a doubt our fastest player.
He's got quite a career. I mean, he's only a junior, and next year he's going to be a force to be reckoned with. And him and his buddy at the plate right now, Castellito, will probably bat just the way they are right now, 3-4 next year.
Yeah, I would imagine. And, having Nicky Barbalato up there at the 2-hole, I mean, they're going to be very strong, especially with Nick Raptis in the 5-hole. So with 2, 3, 4, 5, they're pretty well set.
We talked to the senior moms before the game. There are only 5 seniors on this team, which is kind of unusual for a Mahopac team. Coach Maloney usually stocks with seniors, but this year he's even got a couple of sophomores in the lineup.
Agreed. This is a very thin senior class for some reason, up and down. Lacrosse, basketball team. So the juniors are terrific athletes. What are you going to do? It's one of those years.
Big swing and a miss by Anthony. He's behind 1 ball and 2 strikes and 2 outs here. He'd be looking to deliver Pete DeResta from second base, and the base hit would be big here. So Castellito has seen 3 fastballs in this at bat, and be interesting to see what he comes in with now. Another one. So this is going to be a real good matchup here as we go. At the end of 1 inning, we're going to have power versus power all day long, and at the end of 1 inning, there is no score.
Leading off for John Jay, the right fielder, number 16, Andy Politi.
Okay, we're back here in the top of the 2nd inning. No score after 1, and C.J. Riefenhauser will be pitching to numbers 6, 7, and 8 in the order. First guy up, Andy Politi. Both teams threatened in the 1st inning, but nobody scored. So, as you said, at the end of the 1st inning, it's going to be power versus power here. You got Riefenhauser versus Schultz, and both these guys can reach back and throw it. Two balls, no strikes to Politi, the 6th hitter. And what Riefenhauser wants to do, he wants to make short order of this. You want to get through this inning here, so you're not coming back to the top of the order right away. You don't want those guys seeing you too often. Outside with a fastball, and he falls behind 3-0. Sometimes, in a humid day like this, where you've broken a sweat in the 1st inning, you go out, you cool off just a little bit when you're coming out for the 2nd inning. It takes a couple pitches to get back into your rhythm. I think that's what you're going to see from CJ here. He'll probably settle right in after these. There you go, strike 1 right down the middle.
The 6th batter, they put 1 ball in play.
Yeah, I mean, I think what we saw in the 1st inning, Tony, is going to be a microcosm of the game. Both these guys throw gas. Both of them have good control of their secondary pitches, and loses them there on 4 balls. But I think predominantly you're going to see fastballs all day long.
Batting 7th, the 3rd baseman, number 35, John Mackey.
John Mackey coming to the plate. CJ starting off the 2nd inning just like he started off the 1st inning with a base on balls. We'll see if John Jay's Fishkill plays it any differently. If they maybe try and lay that a bunt here, they're down in the order. They might be looking for a sacrifice. Coach Maloney, snap throw to first base. Coach Maloney playing his defense for a bunt. He's got his super soft there, Nick Raptis in on the grass at 3rd base, and CJ will be covering the first base side, and Castellito will probably hold here. Squares around, takes strike right down the middle of the plate, so that's an indication that they may be laying the ball down, but not necessarily, as we've seen from different coaches.
And CJ's a good ground ball pitcher too. Even with his good fastball, you would think he gets a lot of fly balls, but he doesn't. He's actually keeps his infield on his toes. So we'll see how the game progresses here.
Well, as most lefties, I'm sure he's the same way. The ball probably has a little bit of a tail to it, and it probably tails down. So another fastball fouled away. Okay, so he's got John Mackey right where he wants him, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Now it's up to John Jay's coach if they want to still go ahead and try and bunt this thing and give him a swing here, but all indications are they'll probably take the bunt off and give him a swing. Raptis moves back on 3rd base even with the bag, and Castellito will continue to hold here at first base. Riefenhauser will work from a set. Big part of the inning right here. Wants to get this guy. You want to make sure you get an out of him. No balls, 2 strikes. Comes to first base just to see. They might have had the steal on there, 0-2, and see what's happening. Riefenhauser taking his time on the mound. He's going to get set, and that's another good idea. You take your time there, son, and you get ready. Don't throw before you have to. Running with a decent lead off first, Riefenhauser to the set. Curveball on the way, and that's a good pitch. Okay, so now the bunt is off. No indication by the batter there that they're going to continue to bunt, and it'd be a good place to have strike 3 here. Tony, what do you think?
The strike three or a ground ball right at Brian. I would take the double play too here.
Take a nice one-hopper to Nicky Alasko. They can step on the bag and come across, swing, fouls it off. One thing about John Jay's Fishkill, I've seen them for many, many years. These guys can all hit. They don't put guys in the lineup unless they can hit. Very similar to Mahopac. It's a great program. It's a great baseball school. They seem to turn out players year after year after year, and there are no what I would call layups in either one of these lineups. And, it's going to be an interesting game as we go through. Riefenhauser to the set, 1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody out. Checks with his counterpart there, Castellito at first base, but doesn't appear to be anything on right now. Again, a lot of that depends on the speed of the guy at first base. You know, if he can fly, do you send him?
No, I don't send him here.
Okay.
Strike him out, throw him out.
That would be nice. Set. Curveball. Oh, just missed. Just missed. That was a real good pitch, but another good show-me pitch with 2 balls and 2 strikes, but you could tell that wasn't intended to be a ball by CJ's reaction on the mound. He wanted that for strike 3. It was close enough to be called, but the umpire didn't agree with it, so we'll go 2 balls and 2 strikes. But a real good pitch, 1 and 2. That was the pitch he had struck out the batter to end the first inning on. It was a real good curve coming from the south side. Fly ball, right field. Super soft. Matty Patron coming a long way. Matt Patron makes the play. Another good play by the sophomore, Matt Patron, out there, and showing off, flashing some of his speed out there, his ability to cover ground. And there's a whole lot of ground in this Mahopac outfield, but that's a real good play by Patron to get the first out in the inning, and the runner remains at first base. So
That was one of the things early on this year, Mike. You know, as a senior dad, you know, you're sitting around with the other senior dads, like who's going to play where and who's going to do what, and we had no idea who this kid was, but he has done a tremendous job out for us in right field, Matt Petroni. And he's got a terrific arm. He's got a lot of speed. He's going to be a great outfielder for a long time. He'd probably move over to center next year, you know, when Joey retires or moves on. But Matty, I'm sure he'll probably be out in center field next year. He's a great kid, knows his place, and he puts the bat on the ball, and he covers a lot of ground out there.
you know, we've said it a couple of times. Coach Maloney does not put sophomores on the team unless they're going to play. So that's quite a tribute to both him and Nick Raptis as being able to crack this lineup as softs. Lays down a bunt. Riefenhauser going to Alasko for 1 to first base. Almost. Great play by Riefenhauser, bouncing off that mound, showing that cat-like quickness to make the play and to throw to Nicky Alasko at second. And I'm not sure Nick was even on the bag as usual. He was halfway towards first base when he caught it, but almost was able to double him up on the throw to first base.
Now batting for John Jay, the designated hitter, number 28, Fred Cabatoy.
Fred Cabatoy coming up for John Jay with 2 outs.
This kid has killed us in the 3 games that we played him. He's their 9th hitter, their designated hitter, but I'll tell you, he could easily be batting cleanup at third for them.
Well, you know, we've seen that with a couple of coaches. You know, I talked about 2 years ago, Coach Maloney, low ball, had a fellow by the name of Christopher Sager at the bottom of the lineup. Christopher Sager is, you know, he could have been a 2, a 5, a 7, and he had him at the bottom of the lineup. And as a pitcher, what you get lulled into and saying, okay, this is number 9. This is my layup. I'll get out of this inning and get going. So CJ's going to have to be careful working here. And obviously, as you say, Tony, if they played him 3 times and they have any dope sheets on this guy, they know that this guy has hurt him, and it's not going to let him, not going to take it for granted, I should say. Good fastball off the fist. Brian Mack going back. And Mack makes the play. Nice play by Brian. And saves a big inning there. So at the end of an inning and a half, we still have no score. Okay, we're back here in the bottom of the 2nd inning, and Mahopac will send Nick Raptis, Joey Cartwright, and Matt Patron.
Third baseman, number 10, Nick Raptis.
Nick Raptis sitting in the 5 slot today. The sophomore third baseman has done a great job here, and it's been an actual pleasant surprise for Coach Maloney to get a sophomore come up and hit on the north side of 300. It's quite an accomplishment.
To me, he's got one of the best strokes I've ever seen. I mean, he's level-headed, and he's got the bat in front of the ball all the time. He's a very good baseball player. He's going to be a big asset to this program for the next couple of years for sure, both in the infield and on the mound.
Big lanky left-hander in the box there, and stands right up over the plate. A lot of confidence, and you know, we talked about how well set up this program is for next year with the sophomores and all the juniors they have on the team. It's going to be interesting to see. Nice shot. Big hop to the shortstop. Long throw across the diamond. Again, it gets by the first baseman, and Raptis will be on. But a great play by the shortstop to pick it. But a throw in the dirt, and the first baseman wasn't able to come up with it, and just like that, Raptis is on first base and gives Mahopac a shot.
Now batting for Mahopac, the center fielder, number 6, Joe Cartwright.
So happens that Joey's our best bunter. So guess what's going to happen here?
Your best bunter and your best center fielder for sure. There are certain plays that I glean out of each season, and 2 years ago it was Nicky Alasko taking a shot off the chest that went 3,000 miles an hour for went a mile an hour. This year it was Joey Cartwright laying out in center field a couple of weeks ago to make a big play. So I'm looking for him to come up big at the plate here today, and not only can he field, this kid can hit. Here's another kind of innocuous thing, Tony. He's batting 6th in this lineup, but if you go by the stat sheets, he's one of the leading hitters on the team. And you say, boy, if a leading hitter on the team, why wouldn't he be batting 1 or 2? But again, I think it's a mix and match thing that Coach Maloney's done, where he's tried to break up his left-handers and also put a lot of potential in the middle of that lineup.
Well, that's exactly what he did because Joey got off to a great start. I think he hit a little bit of a lull towards the midseason, and Coach Maloney decided to switch the lineup around, take a little pressure off of Joey, which he did. And hey, 6, 7, 8, 9. If you're in this lineup, you got to be able to hit.
Well, it's traditionally the way it's been with Coach Maloney. If you hit, you play. It's simple as that. He'll find a position for you because most kids are very athletic and pretty much can play any place. So look for Cartwright to set the table here. Boy, I tell you, he gets a base hit, Mahopac is in business. And what you want to do, you want to put pressure on this guy, Jimmy Schultz, because you don't want to let him get settled in. If he starts to settle in and starts to dominate, it'll be very, very difficult. And the more he throws to first base, the more he throws home, and the more he throws in the game, the more he may have a tendency to wear down the 6th or 7th inning. So, but knowing him and knowing his dad, he will be here all day long. So we'll see how it goes. High and away, good fastball. He had plenty on that one.
Psychological too thing, because realistically we have 3 aces between Harlan, Castellino, and CJ, and once you get past Schultz, if we can get to him. Peron's a good pitcher, but, who else do they have to bring in? So, psychologically, if we can get a couple of runs on the board early, who knows?
That's a squares run a bunt. A beauty on the left third base side, and he throws to first base. But Cartwright laid down a perfect bunt, and that's exactly what the doctor ordered there. So, Mahopac is in business with a runner on second and 1 out. Matt Patron coming to the plate.
Now batting for Mahopac, the right fielder, number 33, Matt Patron.
Real nice bunt by Cartwright, and you predicted that. He is the best bunter on his team.
Well, and he showed it, too. That was a perfect bunt. He almost beat it out for a base hit with his speed, too. So.
He put it in the perfect spot, making the third baseman come in and make the play, and certainly kept out of any kind of a force at second. And Mahopac, again, is threatening here with a man on second. And I got Matt Patron coming to the plate. Matt.
Good thing, too, when you have a young player like Matt up at the plate, they really are, they're not even sure what's going on. They just think it's a baseball game, and, here we are, and I think it takes a couple of swings and see what happens. But, you wonder sometimes if the younger guys really know the significance and importance of this.
I'm pretty sure by the tone of the practices in the last couple of days, he got a clue this is a pretty big game. But I think this is something that he will look back on next year and the year after and draw from. And by the time he is a senior, as the seniors are now, it has a great benefit not only to himself but also to the baseball program. He was looking for timeout, and the umpire didn't give it to him. I was shocked. He had his hand up there, Tony, right before that pitch, asking for timeout, and the umpire didn't acknowledge it. That's kind of surprising. And Schultz wasn't exactly on his way home towards home plate, and I think they'll probably discuss that right now. He's going to dust off the plate and give him a little insight as to when you can and can't call timeout. So definitely.
Umpire's telling them both, the catcher and the batter.
He's behind the count here, no balls and 2 strikes. And Matt's had a couple good plays out in right field already where he's had to do some running. I'd like to see him run around the bases here a little bit. High and away. Nicky Raptis out there at second base. He'll be looking to score on a base hit. John Jay's Fishkill has their outfield fairly deep compared to some of the teams we've seen this spring where they have the guys playing right in behind the infield.
Well, that would be R.C. Ketchum, which comes to mind right away, of course.
Yeah, they're one, and one of the Fox Lane was another one in the Tannelow Storm. We saw them play almost shadow the infield, and I guess that's something that they've come up at the high school level to try and cut off the singles. But in a situation like this, if they come up throwing, it'd be an interesting race up high. 3 balls and 2 strikes. So
good at bat from Matty right here. Good at bat right here. Seen some pitches.
the more pitches you see at the plate, the better your chances are hitting it. So He's taking him real deep in the count. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Fastball on the ground to third. Smothers the play, throws it over to first. Oh, just get him. Nice play by the third baseman. You know, number 1 to keep the ball in the infield. Number 2 to find it, and number 3 to throw him out. So that's 2 outs.
Now batting for Mahopac, the designated hitter, number 2, Dan Cressy.
Dan Cressy coming to the plate, and he is the designated hitter. He'll be hitting for C.J. Riefenhauser here today. So
That's interesting too. I think CJ would rather, he prefers this. He really would rather not hit when he's pitching, and you know, it's one of those things about him. You know, he just wants to pitch, and you know, and Danny's a formidable batter for us today.
big situation for him here. Fastball right back to Schultz. Schultz throws over to first, and again, Mahopac threatens but doesn't score. And at the end of 2 full innings, we have no score. Yeah, you get the top of the order coming up here in the top of the third inning.
John Jay, the center fielder, number 27, Joe Perone.
Joe Perone coming up for the second time in the game. He started the game off with a walk, and in the first 2 innings, CJ has walked the first batter in both innings. So he'll be looking to get his first inning where he can get the second batter from a windup instead of a stretch. We have no score here. It's the top of the third inning. Line drive, base hit into left field for Perone. He didn't waste any time with that. The line shot into left field, and Petey DeResta picked it up and threw it back in.
Now batting for John Jay, the shortstop, number 13, Joe Panic.
Joe Panic coming up for the second time in the game, and Joe struck out his first time up, but I wouldn't expect that again. This guy is a good hitter. He's not somebody going to strike out multiple times in the game. So what Mahopac will be looking for here, possible bunt by John Jay, or hopefully a ground ball that they can turn into a double play. Panic can run, and he'd have to hit a real hard shot at somebody to double him up. Riefenhauser with a throw over to first, nothing going on there. I'm kind of surprised that John Jay hasn't tried to steal here yet.
I am too. You know, I guess maybe Barbalotto's reputation got around a little bit because he's got a terrific arm. You know, he's throwing a lot of guys out. I would say he's probably close to 75%, you know, throwing guys out this year. So, could be.
Popped up the infield. Riefenhauser calling it, but Castellito will take charge here. He comes over towards the mound. He's pretty familiar over there, and that's a big play for Mahopac, getting that first out, and also big keeping Panic off the bases because that guy is one heck of a handful when he gets to the plate. So Dave Chiaki will be coming up.
How about it for John Jay, the left fielder, number 15, Dave Chokey.
Dave Chokey, apologize for that. But 1 out, and the runner's still on first, and we'll see if John Jay goes to the bunt or stolen base here, Tony.
Actually, Dave's dad played for Coach Mealy in the old days. So
Right.
he did. Yeah, he is here. I know he was talking to Coach before the game. And I'll tell you, between the Chokies, the Camastros, the Ackleys, there's a lot of kids who moved up north that if they stuck around here, we'd win the States every year.
You probably have to have an A and a B team.
Absolutely would have, believe me. Good kids, good programs.
1 out, and Dave Chokey at the plate, and Dave hit a long fly ball to Matt Patrone out there in right field his first time up. So
His dad actually took my sister to the prom. So.
so you know them pretty well.
I know them pretty well. Great family.
That's funny how a lot of Mahopac people have exploded over the county, and we had a couple of guys come down some of the pre-games this year that played for Coach Mealy, which is quite a thrill to see them. And Tony, you went to Mahopac High School here. There's a long list of great ball players that come through this program.
And I wasn't one of them. So
Got him picked off. Castellito to Olasco. Olasco run him down for sure. That's it. Nice play by Nicky, and big out there, and a great pickoff move by Riefenhauser. I tell you,
told you.
he's got a good move. I tell you, most left-handers have good moves, but he has an exceptional move towards first base. He helps himself out there with a pickoff, and there are 2 outs now and nobody on, and that's a big play by CJ to Castellito to Olasco, and Olasco ran him down. Takes the runner off base. This is going to be, I hate to predict games, but this is, it's early, Tony, in the third inning. This is going to be a real pitcher's duel. Right back to Riefenhauser, takes a look at the batter and fires to Castellito, and just like that, Mahopac will come right back to the plate. At the end of 2.5 innings, we have no score. Okay, we're back at Mahopac.
Mahopac, the second baseman, number 5, Brian Mack.
Mahopac will start the bottom of the third inning with one of their catalysts, Brian Mack, a senior, and This kid is another MSA product, as I say. He's been playing baseball since he can walk. His dad is a coach. His parents have put a heck of a lot of time into the baseball program, and I am sure both of them are sitting there with knots in their stomach right now when he comes to the plate. So, I'm rooting for this kid real hard. I want to see him get a base hit and another good hitter. Okay, this is another guy who's sitting in that 9-hole that can flat out hit. He's hitting well north of 300, and he can be a real problem at the plate. He's got a real short swing and compact swing, and he's another good product of this high school program, Tony.
Oh, Brian, I've known Brian for a long time. Him and Nicky are very good friends. They're very close, and it's good to see. He's going to drop one in here, maybe.
Down the right field line, and it just goes foul. He got good swing on it.
One thing I like to see Brian obviously put on a few pounds. That's how he comes over to the house to eat. I wonder sometimes. He's a great kid, though. Great kid, great family. Karen and Larry have done a wonderful job, and Brian's going up to Herkimer College with the hopes to try to get into Cortland after that. So, some ball in college, which is nice.
That's good. He's a good kid, and he's got great folks. I mean, again, you hear the name Mac, and you're associated with baseball, MSA baseball, Mahopac baseball, and it's just tries to lay down a bunt. A good change of pace by Mac. It's a good idea. The third baseman was back, and if he had put that thing down, that would have been a real good race to see if he had been able to beat that out. So this baseball program has been around for 30 years. Frank Mealy had it for 22 years, or Coach Maloney's had it for the last 6 years, and it just keeps coming at you year after year after year. They come up with good players, and good fundamentals, and each one of these kids is a product of those winter programs that go on.
Oh, it absolutely is. The coaches do a wonderful job during the winter months to keep the guys in shape in the weight room, especially. Teaching fundamentals in the early spring, and that's all they work on. And it's a product of the MSA folks who do a great job. And it's expanding now. I mean, with the number of travel teams that we have and kids playing Legion ball and AAU ball, they're all coming back to play on the high school teams, and that's why these high school programs are. They've done that for years and years. You go down to the lower levels with Coach Breidenbach and Coach Evers and Coach Pano now. It's the fundamentals. They stress the fundamentals, and you see it. You see a kid like Raptis and Patron come on. They fit in right away.
Ground ball, shortstop. All right. Threw him in a base hit.
Now manager Mahopac, the shortstop, number 26, Nick Alasko.
Nicky Alasko coming up for his second time in the game, and he'll be looking to get on base and set up. Be looking to start something with 2 outs, and that'll bring up the rest in Castellito after him. But Mahopac looking to put some pressure here on Jimmy Schultz. This has been his quickest inning so far. So the umpire giving Barbalot a little bit of time there, get himself set, which is good.
We hit the ball hard twice, so that's a good sign too. We've got to put some guys on base here.
Well, I'm looking at the score sheet here. Well, we're early in the game. It's only the third inning, but in the first inning he struck out 2 guys. In the second inning he didn't strike anybody. He hasn't struck anybody here. So they may be onto that fastball. 3 out of 4, 4 to 5 pitches are going to be fastballs from this guy. So popped it up to the infield. Third baseman drifting out in foul territory, settles under it, and that'll do it here in the third inning for the Indians with no runs, no hits, and at the end of 3 full innings we have no score. Okay.
Leading off for John Jay, the pitcher, number 9, Jim Schultz.
Top of the 4th inning here, and John Jay's Fishkill will set up their 4th, 5th, and 6th batters. Leading off is Jim Schultz, the pitcher, and he's had 3 real good innings on the mound, and he drew a walk his first time up. So different from CJ, he will be hitting. So it'll be interesting to see what we do here. This is one guy you do not want to catch when he's on fire. CJ starts him off with a curveball. We don't have any stats on the John Jay's Fishkill guys, but I'd be willing to bet that Schultz, if he's not the top hitter, is probably one of the top hitters on his team. And another curveball outside. Starts him off with two curves, and I'll tell you what, that one looked pretty good. And Coach Maloney not too happy with that call, and he's letting the umpire have it right now. So, again, this is a high school game. I think the umpires can't be that fine. This is, it's not the major leagues, and if the guy puts one close to the corner, it's a fastball high, a mile-high fly ball towards left field. DeResta settle under. That's a tough play for DeResta because that thing was up there against a real white sky, and thank God it went straight up and not straight out because she'll put a lick on that, and there's one out.
How about it for John Jay, the first baseman, number 23, Matt Mitchell.
Matt Mitchell coming up for the second time. CJ struck him out the first time out, so we'll be looking to repeat that. Mitchell, a senior on this team. CJ starts him off with a curve. Matter of fact,
It's a 2-0 pitch, right, to Schultz? And he pops.
two curveballs outside, and he threw him a fastball, and he just missed it.
Well, and PJ made a nice play on it, too. So.
Oh, Lasco with a great play. Knocks it down, throws to first. Nice play, very Jeter-esque there. And another good play by Nicky Lasco to add to that resume. Came in and played a real tough short hop and had the presence to keep the ball in front of him and settle down, pick up the ball, and throw him out at first.
John Jay, the right fielder, number 16, Andy Politi.
Good play by Lasco there to keep a run off.
It's getting to the point now. Nobody wants to disappoint CJ. He's pitching his butt off out there, and everybody wants to make a play for him.
We're getting to the middle of the game here now, and both these pitchers have settled in and absolutely are dominating. So, in a playoff game like this, you don't want to be the first team to blink. You know, you don't want to make a mistake. You want to stay in the game, stay fundamentally sound, let the other team make the mistake, and then take advantage of it. Slow roller, foul down third baseline, handled by the coach. But, you know, these games, there's so much pressure in these games, Tony, where, you know, you have to win. It's not a regular season game. It's not even a tournament game. You know, it's one of those games that you have to win, and you don't want to make a mistake. But I tell you what, I think the Mahopac team is up to the task here today because they all look very relaxed and very confident. So we're only halfway done. Good fastball.
And then we were walking out the door. Nicky was walking out the door, and I just looked at him. He goes, "We're not playing our last game today." And that was it. Those are the last words he said to me when he walked out the door. So, and he looked like he meant it too. So
He's full of confidence, and I'm sure his confidence transcends to the other guys on the team. You know, he's a captain of the team, and guys look up to him. And when the younger guys, the sophomores like Raptis and Patron, see his attitude, it becomes infectious. It takes some pressure off them. He's saying, "Come on, follow me. We're gonna line drive. That'll probably drop in for a base hit." Matt Patron, gets through Patron, and Cartwright, good play backing up there by Cartwright, backing up the plate. He gets the ball in to hold him to a long single with 2 outs.
that too about the seniors showing some leadership. Nicky didn't get that overnight. He got that from Mickey Lugbauer. He got it from Chris Irwin. He got it from Frank DeBulo. He got it from Chris Brady. He got it from those guys too. So it comes up and it goes back down again.
That's right. You learn from the guys ahead of you. You know, it's and he'll be able to. He will be what he's doing here today. Will pass on to other people.
Now batting for John Jay, the third baseman, number 35, John Mackey.
Third baseman John Mackey coming up for John Jay's Fishkill, and he had a towering fly ball out to Matt Patron in right field his first time up. But there are 2 outs and a runner on first. Good fastball on the outside part of the plate, but goes for a ball.
He's showing that fastball outside, and then he's throwing the change-ups and the curveballs on the inside part of the plate a little bit. So he's got them off balance for sure.
Yeah, he's thrown a real good game so far, and he's had a real good mix. And that's the one good thing is that he's got 3 pitches that he can rely on. Good fastball, smacked in the center field. Base hit. Cartwright coming in, makes the play, and throws to Velasco at short, and they'll hold it to a long single. But now there are 2 outs, and runners at first and second, and Thor Melody coming up.
Now batting for John Jay, the second baseman, number 8, Thor Melody.
If he's done anything over the years, if he doesn't get a call, he'll express his angst on the mound a little bit, and that's the one thing he'll learn as he progresses through the ranks. When he gets his pitching coaches in the future, that are going to tell him whatever the umpire calls. That's it. Nothing you can do about it. You just suck it up and go to the next pitch.
Well, we'll see how he does here. He's had a chance to catch his breath. He got the first 2 guys out in the inning, and the next 2 guys have gotten base hits, and he'll be pitching to the number 8 batter here, Thor Melody. CJ be going from a stretch here, and you can't ask for a better competitor on the mound right here. He's not going to give in. Comes to a set, checks the runners, delivers. Fastball on knees, strike. Good pitch right there. You can't get hurt down there. Those are 2 good fastballs he's thrown here, and he's got a 1-ball, 1-strike count with 2 outs, and he'll get himself settled. And Coach Maloney talking to him in between each pitch, and giving him a lot of encouragement here and trying to get him out of this inning. Big inning for Riefenhauser here. Curve. Oh, good call by the umpire. He took a good hard look at that, and that's what I like about this guy. You know, he's not prejudging the pitch before it gets there. It was a good curveball. It was letter high. He took a look at it, measured it, and called strike two. So Riefenhauser had 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Infield squared away. Fastball got him, and he worked himself out. And there's the competitor in Riefenhauser. You can see he bowled his neck and threw a fastball by a guy who was challenging him. You're not going to beat me, I'm beating you. And at the end of 3.5 innings, there's still no score. Mahopac will be...
Leading off for Mahopac, the left fielder, number 23, P.J. DeResta.
P.D. DeResta coming up here, and the first time up, he was drilled with a pitch, so it'll be interesting to see how he does this time. He'll be looking to get even with Jimmy Schultz on the mound here. Again, this is power against power. You got DeResta against Schultz. This is the kind of matchup you pay to see. The guy that throws gas and the guy that hits gas, and we'll see who wins this round here. This is a heavyweight fight. You got he throws him a curve. You got Schultz on the mound, and you got Riefenhauser on the mound. It's like 2 heavyweights. These guys are going punch for punch. Nobody's giving in. And again, it's going to be, I think, the first guy that blinks. Oh, off the fists. Going down the left field line. Third baseman going to shortstop, and they won't make the play, and the rest will get another swing. Foul ball. They'll bring it back and start over again. So
We caught a break. Usually that panic is all over that kind of ball.
yeah, there was some indecision between the third baseman and the shortstop there, and that allowed the rest to get another lick in here, which is good. And sometimes those things hurt. You look back, if he gets a base hit here or he gets a walk here, that could be the turning point in the game where a play that should have been made wasn't made, and we'll see how it affects the game here. Oh, gas, boy! There was Schulte saying, "My mound, my game," and threw it right by the rest of there. Good fastball. Got to give some credit to the pitcher.
The first baseman, number 11, Anthony Castellito.
Anthony Castellito coming up for the second time in the game, and he was in a pitch-for-pitch matchup with Schultz the first time up, and Schultz got the better of him, so look for Castellito to get even here. Another great competitor, Castellito. Throws him a curve. See, again, there's Schultz understanding. He's pitched against Mahopac a couple times. He knows who the fastball hitters are on his team because he's just started Castellito off with a curveball. He started the rest off with a curveball, contrary to what his MO is. So, he's gone to school on the Mahopac hitters here.
I agree, Mike, and expect nothing less of this guy. He's one of the best pitchers in the section, or in our league for sure, and certainly in this section. So you expect nothing less of these two.
He's going to be here all day long, and Mahopac will have to solve the riddle. But right now they're going toe-to-toe with him. Fastball, Castellito just missed that one. A big swing, fouls it back, and now he finds himself in an 0-2 hole. But Anthony's a pressure guy. He's a football player. He was a captain on the football team. He gives you 110% no matter what the hell he's doing. So it'll be interesting to see how this works out. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Curve. Wow. That was a good pitch by Schultz. I'll tell you what, he would have fooled me if I was at the plate because I'm looking for just gas out of this guy at 0-2. But shows you he's got a lot of confidence in the different pitches that he's got. Schultz working from a windup. This is his 4th inning of work. Oh, Castellito got on that one, hit it right at the center fielder, though. But he was right on that thing, and that thing got out there in a split second, but unfortunately right at the center fielder.
Now batting for Mahopac, the third baseman, number 10, Nick Raptis.
Okay, Nick Raptis looking to give Mahopac a start here with 2 outs. Schulte has settled in here. He's retired the last 2, 4, 6, 7 guys in succession here, so. Line drive, that'll do it. Base hit down the line. This might be 2. Raptis rounds first, takes a long look, and he's going to go. Long throw into second. He'll be in with a double there. Good coaching by Coach Miller there. He held him up for a second and saw the bobble and then sent him on to second base. So a long double for Raptis, and maybe that'll upset the rhythm of Jim Schultz.
Now batting for Mahopac, the center fielder, number 6, Joe Cartwright.
Well, Mike, again, that just goes to show you the sweet swing of Nick Raptis. I mean, he just laced that ball right down the left field line. Terrific swing. I think that's our first hit of the game.
You're right. And I was going I was going to mention that, not to jinx Jim Schultz, but he had a no-hitter going after we counted up the number of guys he'd retired in a row, and we'll see how that unnerves him. Again, if he's like his old man, I'm sure he's a competitor. Right now, Joey Cartwright coming to play is probably going to see a whole lot of gas because I'm sure his engine just got revved up a notch. Fastball low.
Punch it out to the opposite field.
Second, and Schultz comes in with a curveball. So he evens up the count at 1-1 strike. So Cartwright has seen a fastball and he's seen a curveball, and
Getting the curveball over for a strike, something that we should look for.
his out pitch is definitely his fastball. His strength is his fastball. I mean, if he throws 100 pitches, like I said before, 80 of them are going to be fastballs. He'll show you a curveball, he'll show you a change, but I think that's really just to set up his fastball. And right now, here, going to have a runner for
Pitch running for Raptors, number 15, James Harlan.
James Harlan, a senior captain and a pitcher who will be used at a later date when Mahopac moves on from this game, going out to run. And I'm sure with all the sprints and the running he does as a pitcher, he'll bring some speed to the base path.
I think that's the one thing that that Raptors doesn't possess is overwhelming speed. He has speed, but not the overwhelming speed. James, believe it or not, can really fly. I mean, it doesn't look it, but he can run.
Well, we're looking for some speed from him, and big, tall base. Cartwright. Schulte comes to a set. Good fastball down on the knees. Tough to hit it down there, boy, and evens up the count. Well, so we got deuces wild. Hey, we got 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And Cartwright looking to deliver here in the clutch. One of the leading hitters in Mahopac, so he'll be looking to put the bat on the ball. Schultz comes to a set. Cartwright locked in at the plate. That's a good idea. Call timeout there. Joey called timeout there. What was happening was Schulte was just taking a long time on the mound. So what the batter does is I'm going to get out and get a little bit loose here, take a swing, come back and get reset. There's nothing worse than standing at the plate there for 10, 15 seconds while the pitcher is fiddling with the ball. So big spot for Joey Cartwright.
I agree. How many times did you fiddle with the ball when you were on the mound?
A lot more often than they should have. Ground ball, second base, bobbles it. Throws to first, he's safe. He beat it out. A great hustle by Cartwright. That is an absolute 110% by Cartwright coming down the line to beat out a slight bobble by the second baseman, and Cartwright smelled it out and absolutely busted himself coming down the first base line and keep Mahopac out on the or up at the plate.
Mike, that's a senior who doesn't want to play his last game today.
Yeah, well, he just sent a message to everybody as we're in here for
Mahopac,
7 innings.
The right fielder, number 33, Matt Patron.
Boy, I tell you, as a coach and as a parent and as even a spectator, you love to see that kind of hustle. He could easily just dogged it coming down the line, but again, there's a senior showing some leadership, as Mr. Olasko said, and keeping Mahopac in the game and also in this inning, and a chance to get on top right now. At the plate, we got Matty Patron coming up for his second time. There's the old fake throw to third, throw to first, and I've never seen that work.
Neither have I. I don't understand why they do it, but they do it.
I don't know where that came from, but I've seen it. Yeah. Nobody thought of things like that. Oh, this time he actually throws the third. And that's a dangerous thing. I'll tell you one thing. It's, especially here in this field, if the third baseman falls asleep on you and you end up throwing the ball over there, or you throw it in the dirt, or you throw it high, and third basemen are not, akin to getting a lot of throws over there. So it's an odd kind of a situation, and it would have been nice if John Jay had thrown the ball away there and get a run.
It's a nice distraction, too. Patron's sitting there with the bat in his hand. He's the one that's going to hurt you.
Yep. Fastball right down Broadway, strike one. So he's gone to work on Matty Patron here. Great situation for the super soph here, Matt Patron, see if he can put his team on top. And the great thing about him is that there are no expectations here. If he gets a base hit, he's a hero. If it's a ground ball, well, he's a sophomore. Runners lead away, first and third, 2 outs. Once again,
That's a block. He never stepped. He never stepped.
Coach Miller is out there arguing. I'll tell you what, one thing about Coach Miller, he knows all the rules and he knows all the pitching things, and he is 99.9% right all the time, and he's giving the second base umpire what for right now, calling it. That should have been a balk. Line drive. Oh, my goodness, what a play by the shortstop, saving a run. And wow, that was a line drive shot by Matt Patron, and the shortstop just happened to be in the right place at the right time and went up had a vertical leap about 48 inches to bring it down. And Mahopac leaves 2 on at the end of 4. We still have no score.
Leading off for John Jay, the designated hitter, number 28, Fred Cabantoy.
Okay, we go to the 5th inning, and this has been a punch-for-punch game here with each pitcher standing toe-to-toe and absolutely delivering under a tremendous amount of pressure. And C.J. Riefenhauser will be going into his 5th inning of work, and he'll be pitching to Fred Cabantoy, the 9-hitter, who will be followed by Joe Perrone and Joe Panic here in the top of the 5th. So we've played. This is now a 3-inning game. Starts off with a strike. CJ bounced off the mound at the end of the 4th inning after striking out Thor Melody to end the inning in a real pressure situation. He's picking right up where he left off. So we have no score here in the top of the 5th, and good curveball down, just missed, 1-1. Mahopac defense still the same way it started off with Raptis at 3rd, Alasko at short, Brian Mack at 2nd, Castellito over at 1st. Way out in the outfield, got DeResta in left, Cartwright in center. And speaking of Joe Cartwright, he'll settle under a bomb in center field out there and makes the play for the first out of the inning, just like that. CJ has his first out.
Batting for John Jay, the center fielder, number 27, Joe Perrone.
Joe Perrone coming up for the 3rd time. He has been on base both times, so CJ's going to look to send him back to the dugout real quick. Perrone walked his first time up and had a single his second time up. Curveball down in the dirt. Tony, this game's been everything as advertised.
No doubt about it. Everybody said that this was going to be the best first-round matchup, and it's lived up to its billing.
I tell you, both of these teams, in my opinion, are the top in the top 5, 6 teams in the tournament. And how John Jay's Fishkill got seeded at 12 is beyond me. Maybe they only reported the games they played south of 287. I don't know, but. Mahopac being seeded at 5 could easily have been a 4 with one more win, and that would have changed the whole complexion. They would have been playing in Mount Vernon today, but maybe this is the way it should be. The old saying is, if you want to be the best, you have to beat the best, and John Jay's Fishkill is one of the better teams that they've played all year long. So, good pitch by Riefenhauser. Comes back on a 3-1 count. Looking to keep Joe Perrone off base for the first time today. 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. But this is certainly a great matchup. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Good slider there by Riefenhauser. CJ still looks free and easy out there, Tony.
He really does. He's getting more power as he goes along. He's loosening up. The excitement, the adrenaline.
Ground ball to short. Alasko comes in. Beautiful glove save. Throws across to Castellito, and another great play by the shortstop there. On a very difficult shortstop, being very aggressive. Nicky, he's a very aggressive shortstop. He doesn't sit back, and a lot of times he'll get caught in between hops there just trying to get to the ball.
John Jay, the shortstop, number 13, Joe Panic.
Well, at least Joe Perrone is not on base this inning, and a great play by Nicky Alasko, and a good throw over to Anthony Castellito.
Mike, because at the beginning of the year, I think Nick was sitting back a little bit. I know Coach Maloney and Coach Miller both talked to him about being a lot more aggressive. He has the ability, he has the athletic ability to come and charge the ball. But he was sitting back a little bit. They got on him, and he's changed his way. I think he's made an error in a long time. Well, now that I jinxed it. So.
He made a great play there. I'll tell you, he's very aggressive with his style, and it pays off for him. I think that's the best way to be. You don't want to be back on your heels. You want to be on your toes, and nobody ever faults you for making a mistake for being aggressive. And he's done an excellent job out there, and I keep saying very Jeter-esque, but it's the truth. He kind of emulates Derek Jeter out there and his aggressive style of play, and settles in real well.
Contract Jeter-esque could be nice too.
Well, maybe in 4 years that'll be the case. But we have 2 balls and 1 strike to a very dangerous Joe Panic. He's up for the 3rd time. CJ has got him to strike out and had him pop up to first base. Just missed there, and the count will go to 3-1. So Coach Maloney saying it's okay, just relax, and Coach Maloney's done a great job of batter by batter, coaching CJ through the innings here. Okay, you know, as seasoned as CJ is and a great an athlete as he is, this is still it's a sectional game. And popped up, CJ gonna take off. Raptis, a very aggressive play by Nick Raptis to call his pitcher off, and that's a long way to go. And I'll tell you what, that's a heck of a play by the super soft Nick Raptis there to save an out and save his pitcher some throws. And at the end of 4.5, we have no score. They got C.J. Riefenhauser, Brian Mack, and Nicky Alasko coming up. And, Tony, this game has been everything it's been billed. I tell you what, this might as well be a 1 versus a 2 the way things go.
Exactly. This is a sectional final game. You know, it's just happening 4 games a little early, but both pitchers are going at it great.
It's again, it's a heavyweight fight. You got Schultz and Riefenhauser going toe-to-toe, pitch for pitch, and you know, Mahopac threatened, John Jay, East Fishkill threatened, and neither one of these teams has blinked so far. And I really think the team that makes the first mistake is the one that's going to lose, especially defensively.
Absolutely, and that's what's going to happen here. So hopefully, John Jay's the one that blinks here.
Yeah, hopefully this inning. We got Riefenhauser, Mack, and Alasko coming up, and actually Dan Chrissy is batting for Riefenhauser. I apologize. Dan Chrissy coming up for the second time in the game. He had a one hopper right back to the mound his first time up. 1 ball, 1 strike, no outs. Oh, swings the high, hard one, swings right through it. Get foul tip into the catcher's glove. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
I think Danny too. He's a good infielder. He's probably going to step in for Brian Mack next year, and he's the prototypical leadoff guy. He's led off an MSA for 100 years, so hopefully next year he'll get his opportunity. He's very fast, so he's one of our fastest players.
Well, he looks real confident up there, and you know, again, it's another one of these guys that's coming through this Mahopac system. He's a junior, and he'll be a senior next year, and he'll be able to draw off this experience. And like I said, they could probably plug him in any place. Oh, ground ball, short hop to the second baseman. He feels that one cleanly and throws Dan Cressy out, and it's the first out of the inning, and Brian Mack will be coming up.
Now batting for Mahopac, the second baseman, number 5, Brian Mack.
Tony, before the game, I had a chance to talk to Brian Mack's dad. You asked him if he was nervous. The only reason being, 2 years ago, my son played in a couple of sectional games, and I couldn't inhale or exhale the day before the game, the day of the game. I asked you the same question. A lot of emotion going today.
It is a lot of emotion because, you know, you don't want it to be their senior's last game, and there's a lot going on, you know, at home and in the classrooms, and the kids just don't want to play their last games. They feel that bond with these particular players. A lot of these players are going to go on to play summer ball, but they don't want this season to end.
Well, I don't think this season's going to end right here today. I'll tell you what, I think got a good shot. Nicky Alasko coming to the plate.
Shortstop, number 26, Nick Alasko.
That was a ground ball to short by Mack, and he put a real good swing on it. But again, it seems like everything Mahopac hits is going right at somebody. 2 outs, and the leadoff batter, Nicky Alasko, coming up. Takes a curveball on the outside part of the plate. Nicky up for his 3rd time in the game, and look for him if he gets on to steal over. They got to get a runner in scoring position here with 2 outs, but slow change curve in the dirt, and that's the pitch he has not been able to get over. He's been able to get it looked like a slider over occasionally, but that change curve is the one that seems to be giving trouble, and he'll go right back to his bread and butter, his fastball.
That's what I would do. I would just tell everybody, man, I just sit there and wait for the fastball and just try to hit as best you can.
Inside. 2-1. Tony, I've asked you this a couple of times. I mean, when Nicky's at the plate like this, I'm sure like every other dad, you can speak for all the dads on this team. This is a kind of a nerve-wracking thing.
It kind of is, but, you know, you have faith in the kid's ability. I mean, you've been, you know, whacking them around for 17, 18 years, you know. So it's not us in the batter's box, it's them, and it's their game, and, you know, you just hope that they're enjoying the experience because this is the kind of things that they're going to be talking about in 20, 30 years from now. So
I think the game has more pressure on the parents than it does on the players today, to tell you the truth. It's they go out, they're just having a good time. You know, it's a baseball game to them. They know the importance of the game, but it's still a baseball game to them. Line drive out to left field. Left fielder coming on. Won't get to it. A base hit for Alasko, and Mahopac is in business. And he got that off the middle of the bat and kind of served it out there, but it was a good at bat because the pitch was on the outside part of the plate. He's a little bit behind the count, and he took the ball the other way. And that's what we talked about doing with Schultz in this game.
Now batting for Mahopac, the catcher, number 19, Nick Barbalato.
So with 2 outs, Alasko's on first base, and that'll bring up Barbalato for his 3rd trip to the plate in this game. He's hit the ball both times, and he'd be looking for a base hit. And another guy you like having at the plate in a situation like this. Okay, now the question comes: does Coach Maloney run Nicky Alasko, or do they go and play play the inning for 2 hits here. There has not been a pass ball in this game. There hasn't been a wild pitch in this game. Schulte's pitching from the stretch, and Mahopac looking for a break one way or the other here. Hopefully they can get Delasco to second base with 2 outs. Curveball in the dirt. Shortstop with the long throw over to first base, and they got Barbalato. And again, Mahopac has guys on, but can't get in the door. And at the end of 5 full innings, we got nothing but goose eggs on the scoreboard. Nothing.
Leading off for John Jay, the left fielder, number 15, Dave Chokey.
Okay, we go to round 6 here in this heavyweight fight, and C.J. Reefenhazer are going out for the 6th inning, and he'll be pitching to the heart. John Jay's Fishkill, Dave Chokey, Jim Schultz, and Matt Mitchell. So big inning here. Good curveball starts him off with a deuce, and just like that, he's on top, 0-1. I tell you, CJ is impervious to what's going on here. He is just pitch after pitch after pitch. He's just been locked in. Fastball. No balls, 2 strikes on the batter, and he's looking to make quick work right here of Dave Chokey. Fastball in the dirt.
Giving up 3 hits.
Yeah, there hasn't been a lot of action here. We'll look down the 3 hits for John Jay, and I believe 1, 2, 3 hits for us. So this has been lights out, strikeout. Good pitch by Riefenhauser there to start the inning off. That's the guy you want to keep off.
Batting for John Jay, the pitcher, number 9, Jim Schultz.
Jim Schultz coming up, and if you had to have a situation if Schultz come up, it's with nobody on. The last thing you want this guy coming up with runners from scoring position. You know, with this big old outfield, and the outfield is playing about 400 feet from home plate, CJ can afford to give up a pitch down the middle of the plate here, or at least off the plate, where if Schultz hits it and he hits it 450 feet, either have DeResta, Cartwright, or Patron run it down. CJ has given his team everything and more than they could possibly have asked for in this game. He has just been very impressive here. Fastball on the knees. Boy, I tell you, 2 balls and 1 strike, and that's as good as it gets from a sophomore left-hander. This kid he's dialing himself up a college scholarship right here. I'll tell you what, he could take this game and show it to anybody, and they'd be impressed. Curveball. Oh, wow. Wow, that was close. Runs the count to 3-1, but I'll tell you, he just missed with that curveball. Shows you his confidence in all those pitches.
Absolutely, and you talked about colleges. Already Coastal Carolina's expressed some interest in CJ, and it was good to see.
There's a give back right there.
Well, hey, the umpires are human too.
Exactly. Well,
Back there, I give a lot of credit. That umpire is doing a nice job.
I think he's done an excellent job, especially for the pressure of this game. But CJ, 3 balls, 2 strikes, rocks and rolls and delivers. Throws that one in the dirt, and he loses Schultz there. But that'll bring up Matt Mitchell.
Batting for John Jay, the first baseman, number 23, Matt Mitchell.
That's the 2nd time he's walked Schultz, and it's not a bad idea. A guy like that is kind of like walking A-Rod. You put him on first base, you have an out already. If Matt Mitchell hits a ground ball, you can turn a double play and get out. You don't want a guy like Schultz beating you on the mound and beating you at the plate. So what you do is you pitch carefully to him, and if he's on first base, he's on first base. They probably will not be running him. He's the pitcher. The last thing you want this guy is doing sliding into Brian Mack or Olasco out there and having to take something out of him to go back out on the mound. What will be interesting to see, though, with Schultz on base, okay, he's not going to get a blow in between innings here, okay? Normally you go in, you get some Gatorade in you, you towel yourself off. If he goes from the base pass to the mound, it'd be interesting to see how it affects him, especially if they're going to run him like this back and forth. So
I'm questioning. I was like, why not pinch runner here? You got a lot of guys on the bench. Anyway, I'm glad he's not.
That's an advantage for Mahopac. The longer they keep him on his feet and out there, maybe again, I'm sitting here kind of wishing and hoping, but you hope you do just wear him down a little bit. You get a little bit off that fastball where the batters can lay the bat on the ball and do some damage in the bottom of the 6th inning. Riefenhauser to a set. Good curveball. I tell you, he has been throwing that slider for strikes all day long, and it just makes his fastball that more effective.
Fishkill's playing deep on Matt. PJ's like in another area code out there.
Yeah, all three outfielders are way out there, and again, that's Coach Maloney. You're not going to get beat with something in a gap, all right? They'll be able to get something in a gap and hold a run at the third base as opposed to having come over and score. Riefenhaus to a set, no balls, 1 strike, and he'll come back over to first base with another calling card here and keeping Jim Schultz very close. They may suspect a steal here. I'd be very surprised if John Jay stole, especially with their starting pitcher, especially the way he's pitching, to have him running. Good pitch. I had 0-2 now. Okay, CJ's in the driver's seat here. No balls and 2 strikes. He's got a runner on first. It'll be interesting to see. This could be Tony. Could be your strike. I'm gonna throw him out here.
I hope so. You know, you get CJ on the mound. He keeps runners close. Nicky's got a gun back there. Let's see what happens.
Here we go. We'll go to a set. No balls, 2 strikes. Riefenhauser throws a waste pitch, fastball high and up, and then that was more of a calling card than anything. And I think that might have been a good call by Coach Maloney to get a fastball into Barbalato, because if the runner was going, he's coming up out of a crouch. It's a high fastball, and he's ready to throw, maybe throw him out on the bases. Riefenhauser leaving quite a few calling cards over here with Castellito at first base. They're going to go through the signals again, and it'll be interesting to see what happens. Schultz with a very small lead off first base. Oh! I thought he had him there with the curve. That's another real good slider, just missed with him. Riefenhauser shows his displeasure with the call there, but he'll come back. And again, Coach Maloney talking to his ace lefty there and trying to walk him through this at bat here. Comes to a set. Oh, did he go? Did he go? Did he go? He's going to ask, get some help. Okay, we're Mahopac asking for an appeal here, which is smart. But the home plate umpire is taking charge, and he said, I had it all the way. He didn't swing. End of argument.
Like a swing.
No, but like, like anything else, you got nothing to lose by asking. You don't get anything unless you ask for it. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Riefenhauser looking to throw something down and to get a ground ball. Coach Maloney imploring his left hand to regain his composure, and that's TJ takes a big, deep breath on the mound. Gets himself set. Very important to be ready. You got to be ready to throw. Uh-oh. That's hit. DeResta, a big play out in left field. That had to be hit 385 feet if it was an inch, and DeResta went about 5 feet to his right and made the play.
Well, that's what I said. He was playing way out in another area code, and you know what? That's a great play by Pete. That's a tough play.
The good positioning by the Mahopac coaches to have those guys out there, and that's a big out.
Now batting for John Jay, the right fielder, number 16, Andy Politi.
I tell you what, if the rest had been playing at normal depth, he'd still be running after that ball, because Mitchell put a lick on that thing and made a great play. It's 2 outs and a runner still on first base, and he'll be working to Andy Politi for the 3rd time. Politi, another guy who's been on twice. He's walked and had a base hit, so Riefenhauser looking to get even with him. Good fastball, just missed outside. I tell you, again, I can't gush enough about CJ, and we're in the 6th inning. It's a hot, humid day. And he is throwing just as hard now as he did at the beginning of the game.
Well, like I said, he's a bulldog. He's a weight room guy. He's a runner. He does a lot of things.
He certainly came ready to play today, I tell you that. Popped up to the infield. Brian Alasco, and called off by the super soft Nicky Raptis. Came all the way across the infield, but it didn't make any difference. He made a good play and took charge there, and you'd like to see that from a sophomore taking charge. And at the end of this heavyweight bout, the middle of this heavyweight bout here in the bottom of the 6th inning, we have no score. We're back here in the bottom of the 6th.
Leading on for Mahopac, the left fielder, number 23, PJ DeResta.
The Mahopac Indians will send up their heavyweight hitters, Pete DeResta, Anthony Castellito, and Nick Raptis, looking to get something, anything going here in the bottom of the 6th inning. I like Mahopac's situation here, Tony. It's the bottom of the 6th inning. They have 2 at-bats. John J. Fishkill has one at bat. This is the advantage of being a home team, okay, where you can draw from that extra at bat, especially in a nothing game like this. I mean, this game has been absolutely spectacular for a first round of a section game. Almost this is equivalent to a sectional final game or a state game. You get this kind of pitching and this kind of defense. It's been spectacular.
Absolutely, Mike. It's been a pleasure to watch, and hopefully we can eke out a run here.
P.D. DeResta at the plate, and he's up for the third time. He got drilled the first time up and struck out the second time up, so look for him to put the bat on the ball here in a big way. John Jay's defense is squared away. Oh, that's gone. That's going out.
Get on the fence!
Oh, my goodness, home run. DeResta has just hit the ball out of Mahopac High School. That had to be the second time he's done that this year. That had to be 420 feet if it was an inch. I'm telling you, that thing was an absolute laser, and it went out of Mahopac High School. That's only the second time that's ever been done, and it's both been done by him. Look at his teammates mobbing him. That was an absolute routine clout. I'm telling you, from the time he hit it, there was no doubt that thing was going out. That was power against power, and he sat on a fastball, and he hit the thing 450 feet.
First baseman, number 11, Anthony Castellino.
That was an absolute bomb. I'm telling you, it was 450 feet. It was an inch. I've seen a million games here. I've never seen a ball get out of here that quickly, that high, and that far. That thing was absolutely tagged, and I'm telling you, that's one they'll be replaying for years. And DeResta had in an absolute routine, Mantle-esque type of a bomb and put his team ahead 1-0. And just like that, Mahopac is in business here. But I'm telling you, I'll go to my grave saying that was one of the hardest hit balls I have ever seen in a high school game. That thing was absolutely crushed, and it'd be interesting to see how the game turns from here. But with all that hoopla, I'm real excited. I tell you what, you can't be happier for a kid like that. He absolutely put a licking on it.
Mike, after all the years of watching games here, like you said, I'm a little excited. I'm sorry. But, nobody's hit the ball over that fence, and he's done it twice in 1 year. It's an amazing feat. And I'll tell you what, nobody works harder on his swing than Pete. Nobody. He loves this game. He does it every day. He takes 1,000 swings in this garage, and I'm very happy for him.
Well, that was a bomb that a lot of people sitting here today will be talking about for 100 years from now. And it's just one of those things that absolutely gave his team a lift, and Mahopac is ahead 1-0. I'll tell you, wow, that is some shot.
Now batting for Mahopac, the third baseman, number 10, Nick Raptis.
One out here is Castellito was retired, and then to bring up Nick Raptis. And I apologize to Anthony there. We didn't get a chance to talk to him about it too much because I'm just still absolutely floored on that thing. That thing there was no doubt about that. Oh, off the glove. What a play by the shortstop, backing up. Good hustle. And Nicky Raptis is on with his second hit of the baseball game, and this is.
Now batting for Mahopac, the center fielder, number 6, Joe Cartwright.
Raptis now, he's been on base 3 times. He's now run a shortstop and a double and a single, and he's been a catalyst here for Mahopac's offense. And Joey Cartwright coming up, one of the leading hitters on Mahopac, and it'll be interesting to see how this game unfolds from here. I said, DeResta took a tremendous amount of pressure off the entire team by hitting one that'll be talked about in the days to come and the years to come. And Cartwright coming to play, looking to add to. Schulte goes to a change.
Mike, there's a couple of kids out there looking for the ball, and they're probably going to be on like CSI or something because they're going to have to go deep into those woods to find that baseball if it's still in one piece.
That thing was between the scoreboard and the flagpole, and it was 30 feet off the ground when it went through the trees. So they might be looking on the soccer field in behind the middle school there. Another slow curve by Schulte there. Joey took a poke at that, and they're trying to get Nicky Raptis over to second base with one out here, and they're going to put the bat in the hands of Matt Patrone. So now with 2 strikes, I think you'll see Cartwright swing away, and that's probably a good thing because I think Joey would rather take a rip here than lay the ball down. And the way he can hit, it's probably a good idea for the whole team. But anyway, Schultz comes to a set, and Raptis leads off first base. Good gas by Schultz, and a lot of times you see a bomb like that and it unnerves the pitcher. I think Schultz. It got me. I'll tell you. But when he hit it, I said that thing is gone. It was no doubt about it. That wasn't a wall scraper. I mean, that thing took like a 727 out of LaGuardia. Another slow curve. Oh, Cartwright lays in a beautiful bunt. Schultz up, throws to first, safe. Oh, they got him at first. Another great hustle by Cartwright, and almost, again, umpires got a better view than we do, but it certainly looked like a base hit to me. But he did the job. He moved the runner up there with a sacrifice bunt, almost beat that out for a base hit. So Matty Patron coming up, and another one of the super soft twins here. Matt's been up twice and put the bat on the ball both times. All right, a lot of respect here for Matt Patron. He gets an intentional pass just like that. He's on first base.
The designated hitter number 2, Dan Cressy.
Mahopac in business here with runners on first and second and 2 outs, and they can put some more damage on the scoreboard here. John Jay's Fishkill just walked Matt Patron intentionally. There might be some discussion here as to whether or not they want to do that. Well, they already did it, so that's it. And Mahopac will have Raptis at second base and Matt Patron at first base, and Dan Cressy coming to the plate, and he'll be coming up for his third appearance here. Yep. Dan's had a limited number of bats here, but I tell you what, it only takes one swing, and Mahopac will have another run here. Dan's a junior that'll be used quite a bit next year, and he'll have quite a few more bats than he had this year. But, again, he's a baseball guy, and he's going to come up there, and it's just Coach Maloney saying, look for a fastball and put the bat on the ball, and let's see what happens. But whatever you do, keep it away from the shortstop out there. Joey Panic, the shortstop out there for John Jay's Fishkill, made a play that absolutely saved at least one run in an inning. And they've been wearing him out all day. So let's see what Dan Cressy does here. Takes one in the dirt, good eye. Dan wearing number 2 there, and possibly a big fan of Derek Jeter. Got the same kind of body, except Jeter got about.
Met fan. Danny's a Met fan.
Well, he's definitely not. He didn't take 2 for Jeter then. Ooh, right on that one, just missed it.
He's got a very nice compact swing Danny has. He's had it for years and years, and when you see him in the future, you see how fast he is. He'll make contact. He'll make contact here.
He was right on that one, but again, you're hitting against one of the best pitchers in the state, probably. So it's not as easy as it looks. Take strike 2 fastballs. And, I still go back to DeResta. I mean, he hit a fastball. That wasn't a changeup or a curve, and that was, somebody throwing in the mid-80s against someone who's very powerful. And next thing, you got a home run up high and in. And Schultz looks like he's going to do nothing but fastballs here with Dan Cressy, but he's even up the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on for Mahopac, and number 2 at the plate. So we definitely have Deuces Wild here, and let's hope that's good luck. Low, and they're good at bat by Dan Cressy. He's making him work. Okay, and this is a very important at bat because it prolongs the inning. You keep Schultz out there. God forbid he has to pitch a 7th inning, but if he does, he's had to throw 4, 5, 6, maybe 7 more pitches than he would have pitched.
Agreed, Mike. This is a big pitcher in the game right here.
3-2, runners lead away. Low, good eye, great at bat by Cressy, and we got Indians loading the bases. That'll bring up Brian Mack, a senior.
Now batting for Mahopac, the second baseman, number 5, Brian Mack.
Brian Mack coming up for his 3rd time, and he has hit the ball both times right at the shortstop. So if he can pull the ball or push the ball, be a big at bat for Brian Mack here, and a senior, and this would be a real good memory for him to come up with a base hit here. 2 outs. Bases juiced with Indians. Schultz misses low and away. Now, for the first time in the game, I'm going to say it looks like his arm angle's changed a little bit. It looks like he's a little bit slower, and maybe the heat and all of the pitches, especially these extra batters. I say, the intentional pass to Matt Patron, the base on balls to Dan Cressy are big because this inning has been extended, and I'm sure the home run early in the inning took a little bit of starch out of him as far as confidence goes.
You can see his demeanor on the mound, too. I mean, he's a bulldog. There's no doubt about it. He's a great pitcher, but that has to affect you. I mean, you were a pitcher. I mean, well, you didn't give up any home runs.
My home runs are still going. There's a difference. Rick Cerrone, the catcher for the Yankees, hit a shot off me, and it's still going. They'll never find that baseball. Anyway, bases juiced with Indians here, and Brian Mack at the plate. Chops one foul, and that's good because that's Brian's right on it. But big situation here for the Indians. Got Nick Raptos will go back to third, Matt Petrone will go back to second, and Dan Cressy will trot back to first base, and Brian Mack, one of the super seniors here, looking to add to Mayapac's 1-0 lead here in the bottom of 6, what has been an absolute nail-biter. I can't tell you. It's this has been everything built. Ground ball. First baseman dives, smothers the ball, tries to field it, throws it to Schulte, and another outstanding play by John J. Fishkill. If they had made 3 or 4 plays in this game, Mahopac could be leading by 6. But we will go to the 7th of this heavyweight fight, with Mahopac now leading 1-0.
The third baseman, number 35, John Mackey.
Mahopac going to the 7th inning. They need 3 outs to move on, and they got Riefenhausen on the mound. But we were able in between innings to go get Pete DeResta's dad to come up here. Mr. DeResta, your impressions of that shot?
It's just unbelievable. What could I say? One run or one mistake was going to win this game, and the fact that it was just, I don't know, speechless.
Well, I'm not speechless because I've been gushing about this, and I gotta tell you something. After he hit that ball, about a half dozen people went out in the outfield trying to retrieve that ball, and I said to Tony Lasco here, I said, they're going to be looking for a while, because that thing was 30 feet off the ground when it cleared the fence, and again, I can't tell you the impact that had on the team, had on the game, and you had, as a dad, had to be very proud.
Super proud. He works tremendously hard and picked his team up. That's what it's all about. Winning games and moving on to the next round.
Well, I tell you what, he's done everything possible, from the plays in left field to that home run, and they will be talking about that home run 10 years from now, 20 years. I'll be long gone, but they'll be talking about it for quite some time, and it's quite congratulations to you and your son.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Okay, well, we still have to get to the 7th inning here, and right now, C.J. Riefenhauser is working just as effectively, just as smoothly, and just as in command as he was in the first inning. He's ahead here in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. And one thing I can tell you, okay, and I hate to go back to my pitching experience because as bad as it was, you want to get the first batter in this inning, and everything kind of dominoes from there. All right, the last thing you want to do is inject any kind of life into John J.'s Fishkill. Fouls it back. This is John Mackey at the plate here, and this is his 3rd time up. And Mackey has been in a little bit of trouble for Riefenhauser. He hit a long fly ball to right field his 1st time up, and hit a line drive single to center the 2nd time up. But Riefenhauser heading the count here, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Throws a brand new ball, and if I'm Riefenhauser, I do the exact same thing. Throw it in. I'll take a used one. Thank you very much. The last thing you want is a brand new baseball. Take the one that just got fouled off. Even better yet, let the umpire take a look at it. But when balls come in like that, Tony, they got a sheen to them. And you're hot, you're sweaty. You don't have the grip that you normally have. There's something that's been pre-rubbed up by the umpires.
Yeah, I wouldn't know. I just saw a lot of those white things go flying past me.
Riefenhauser, he's been on the mound a lot, and he knows what he wants, and it's the pitcher's choice. So he'll be looking to get his first out here. Curveball. Velasco stays on it. He's going to have to make a long throw. Oh! Tough play. Came up on a short hop off his leg, and he was able to recover in time. But with the speed of Mackey going down the line, it allows a runner on first base here with nobody out.
Now batting for John Jay, the 2nd baseman, number 8, Thor Melody.
Well, John Jay's Fishkill has what they need. They need the tying runner on. Look for a bunt here. They have Thor Melody coming up, who struck out and grounded out, and what Mahopac's going to be doing is looking for a bunt. What the important thing is, what Mahopac wants to do is to get an out here. Okay, you have nobody out.
Pinch hitting for Melody.
Nobody out.
Connor DeMarzo.
Connor DeMarzo coming up for, he's going to be pinch hitting for John Jay's Fishkill. And Mahopac will set their defense here. The very most important thing is to get an out here. Lays down a bunt. Don't do anything that's going to put 2 runners on. You'll exchange the out for the runner, all right, and then work on the next batter. Unfortunately, what's going to happen is they're going to have Joe Perone coming up and Joe Panic coming up right after that. So with nobody out and a runner on, this is going to be a very, very tense situation.
Pinch hit a left-handed batter for a right-handed batter there, too.
Well, maybe this guy's just a better bunter. So very tense game. Top of the 7th. Mahopac 1. John Jay's Fishkill nothing. John Jay's Fishkill with a tying run at first base. Oh! It looked like you had him. Excellent move by Riefenhauser. And again, that's the 3rd call. And I'm not going to single out umpires here, but it's the 3rd time that there's been a close call, and Mahopac hasn't gotten one of them from the base umpire there. Boy, I tell you, You know, I'm not sure what we got on film with that, but I'll tell you, it was close enough where, and from here, and again, we're on the top of that thing. It looked like Castellito got the tag down in time, and that would have been a gigantic out here. So nothing comes easy. Strike. They got him hung up. Got him hung up. Alasko to Castellito. To Castellito. Alasko run him back. Alasko misses him. Oh, and then they tag him anyway. But I think Nicky might have missed him there. You know, I'm sure we got a good camera angle, and Nicky even went back to make sure. And that's another. You know, again, I hate to say anything about the base umpire, but wow. We'll take that one because that made up for the other three, and it erases the base runner and gives us one out with nobody on. And I'm not sure what the count is. That was a strike, I think. It's
called poetic justice, right?
Yeah, Mr. Brady, who was out scouting Mount Vernon and Mamaroneck, has.
I was at Fox Lane, Mount Vernon. Fox Lane had the lead when I left. Mount Vernon was going without Hugh Henry pitching.
Wow, that's a surprising.
Thinking that maybe they're going to try to get past him. You know, if they get past Fox Lane, you know, that they would still have Henry left.
Well, that'll be interesting. So Fox Lane would be Mayapac's next opponent, provided both of them win. All right, Mayapac still has to get 2 outs here, and Mr. Brady was watching the Fox Lane Mount Vernon game. Popped up to the infield, but unfortunately that'll go out of play. So Riefenhauser heading the count here, 1 ball and 2 strikes, and still in very much command of all his pitches, and has been absolutely very, very impressive. And I can't, you know, if there's a college coach out there who watches this game, sign this kid up here. I'll tell you what, because he's dialed himself up a. Oh, wow! Things are getting. You know, I tell you, you know, the home plate ump has done an outstanding job, and he took a real hard look at that. But you know, number 22 isn't that all that tall, but that looked pretty good to me. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Fouls it off. Another pitch, another real good fastball by Riefenhauser, and Riefenhauser's got that body language. We talked about this, Tony. He's storming around the mound. Give me the ball, let's go. Give me the ball, let's go. And that's what you like to see from a guy who's pitched 6+ innings and searing heat here this afternoon and done an excellent job.
He read your book, Mike, so he knows what to expect out there.
Fly ball to left. That'll probably go out of play. I don't think. Oh, my goodness. DeResta, I tell you, have a day, Pete DeResta, because if you come up with that, just keep on running, son. You can run for city council or one of those other positions that's open right now. But DeResta, he has had an absolute spectacular game here this afternoon.
Mike, I think, you know, these kids have worked so hard over the years. This is what they've worked hard for, you know, for games like this and for situations like this. And now to see it come into fruition. But, hey, we still need 2 outs.
Yeah, and they'll be the toughest 2 outs of this game. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, nobody on. Riefenhauser with a curve. And that looks like a brand-new ball out there, and that was what I was talking about. You know, one thing about a roughed-up ball, you have a better control of it, especially when you're throwing breaking pitches and stuff like that. But interesting to see what happens here. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and if I'm a pitcher, I put this right down Broadway because you want this guy swinging. He went with a curve. I'm surprised. Well, nothing comes easy, and they're back in business with Fred.
Ready for John Jay, the designated hitter, number 28, Fred Cabantoy.
Fred Cabantoy coming up, and he's the 9 hitter, but we've talked about how dangerous this guy is. He's hit the ball twice. So Mahopac looking for an out here. I think John Jay is going to substitute. They're going to substitute runners here. And fellow with a nice hairdo coming out here, all faded out blue. Number 8. Yeah, it's supposed to be Thor Melody, but yeah, they must have 2 number 8s. Anyway, 1 out and a runner on first base. Mahopac looking for an out. It'd be interesting to see if John Jay bunts here. That is a tie run. They got to get him over. All right, they have the Joe Perone coming up next, who's the leadoff hitter, who's probably a pretty good singles hitter. Do they sacrifice an out for the base? Popped up to the infield. That's going to drift out of play. Oh, Castellito gave a great run and ran out of room right against the fence there. Good hustle by Castellito going down the line. You got to love that. Mahopac looking for an out, any kind of an out here. Again, we're not privileged to pitch counts and stuff like that. I don't know how many pitches he's thrown, but I tell you what, he still looks like he wants the ball, and he's still in command of his pitches, and he still looks like he's got plenty left in his gas tank. So,
Believe me, I've known CJ a long time. There's no way he's coming out of this game. It's his game to win.
Another curveball foul out of play, and Riefenhauser ahead in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. We have a pinch hitter up here. Oh, no, this is still Cabintoy, right? Yeah. Okay, get a pinch runner. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runner leads away from first. Riefenhauser comes to a set. Good fastball, high and away. That's a good waist pitch there. No balls and 2 strikes.
He knows what he's doing out there. I'll be honest. I'll tell you that. He knows what he's doing. He knows he's got this guy set up. Come down low and around the knees, inside, and punch him out.
Well, strikeout would be great here. This is a tough team to strike guys out on, though. Up high with the curve, 2-2. Okay, Riefenhauser looking over at Coach Maloney there, and I'm pretty sure he's looking for some permission to throw something he wants to throw right here. Coach Maloney again, talking to his junior, walking him through the inning, trying to get through by this batter right now. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Tying run out first. Top 7. Fastball, he got him. A big punch out, strikeout by Riefenhauser. I'll tell you, you got to love the guts on this guy because he just came right at him right there with a fastball and says, if you can hit this, God bless you. Big strikeout.
Now batting for John Jay, the center fielder, number 27, Joe Perrone.
Okay, there's 2 outs. Mahopac needs an out here. I don't know where it comes from. I don't care where it comes from as long as they get it. The unfortunate part.
Back to the mound.
That would be nice. That would be nice. Swing at the first pitch, tap it right back to CJ would be great. Perrone coming up for his 4th time in the game. He walked. He singled. He's hit a ground ball to shortstop. So fastball down Broadway. Good start, CJ. Way to go. Strike. I love this kid. I tell you, he has just been all wool in the yard wide. And I'll tell you, he is just absolutely impervious to the pressure and just seemed to get better as the game has gone on. And if this game went 15 innings, I'm pretty sure, like Mr. Lasko said, he'd be pitching the 15th. Popped up. Castellito coming under. Castellito with room. Castellito gets under. He makes the play. And Mahopac will win, and they will move on to the quarterfinal round of the sections. And I can't tell you enough how good and how impressed I was with C.J. Riefenhauser. And I'm telling you, being a former pitcher, for him to go out and throw 7 innings in the heat that he did and to have a 1 run to work with, and no runs to work with for 5 innings is absolutely impressive, and we will certainly talk to him after the game. I'll tell you what, this has been one heck of a game. Tony, it's everything was dialed up. It was a heavyweight fight right from beginning to end.
I tell you the truth, Mike. We saw the seedings come out. We saw John Jay. We lost twice to him this year. You knew you were going to see Schultz. We knew we had CJ going, and you knew that one mistake was going to win the game, and that's exactly how it played out. Both pitchers, both teams played their hearts out. It's a shame that John Jay has to go home, today because they're an excellent team. They're in our league. And it's a shame, but, like I said, I'm just glad it's us that's moving on.
Well, congratulations to you, to your son, to the team, to the coaches. This has been an absolute privilege and a thrill for me to do this game. I've seen a million games here. I will go to my grave taking DeResta's home run as being one of the greatest lasers ever hit on this field. And, John Jay's Fishkill, congratulations to them. Congratulations to their pitcher, Jim Schultz. He gave them everything he could possibly ask for. It was 1 pitch against a power hitter, and the power hitter won. And Schultz had beaten him 2 times prior to that. So it's just like a heavyweight fight. It was just 1 mistake, and that's it. And Mahopac will move on and play the winner of the Mount Vernon Fox Lane game. And unfortunately for John Jay's Fishkill, they'll go home. So we'll stop right here. We're going to have a post game. I would like to speak to the coach, Frank Maloney, and obviously Pete DeResta, and for sure C.J. Riefenhauser. So we'll pause here for a second and get set up for that. The post-game show, and I have with me the 2 stars of the game, C.J. Riefenhauser and Pete DeResta. C.J. Riefenhauser was the pitcher, and Pete DeResta was the bomber, all right? First I'll go to the guy that put the bat on the ball. Pete, take us through that at-bat.
I was going up there, try to get a hit, start off the inning, and threw me a fastball inside, and that's where I loved it. So took advantage of that and just hit it hard.
Well, you hit it better than hard. I tell you, I've seen a million guys get to the plate in this field, and I've never seen a ball get out of here that fast, that far, that hard. They're going to be looking for that ball for quite a while. You got even with the guy. He drilled you in the first at bat, and then you came back and got him. What'd you think about the guy who was pitching against you?
He was very good. He changed up speeds a lot. His fastball is pretty good. He's a knuckleball and a curveball. He threw it for strikes sometimes, but just got the best of him today.
You certainly did. I want to congratulate you, and that was one heck of a bomb. I said you'll be remembering that for a long time, and they'll be talking about that home run here for the next 10 years, I guarantee you. Congratulations. Good luck to you next round.
Thank you.
Okay, that brings me to my pitcher, C.J. Riefenhausen. C.J., I'm a former pitcher. I was nowhere near as good as you were. I got to tell you one thing. You showed a lot of guts out there today in the heat and a couple of long innings and stuff like that, and you had command of all your pitches. How'd you feel out there, and what was going through your mind?
Felt pretty good. I mean, I just didn't want to walk anybody. I was like, just get ahead and stay ahead. Help me out a little bit down the road. So.
You have a good body language. I talked about that on here a little bit. You know, you seem to get riled up when things go bad. Do you get a little bit more intense when there's guys on base or a call goes against you?
Yeah, I try to hold it back, but sometimes it just gets the best of me. So.
Yeah, well, you were lights out today. I'll tell you. What was working best for you? Fastball or your slider or your curve or your changeup?
I think fastball definitely without a doubt fastball.
You struck a couple of guys out on curveballs. They look like change and stuff like that where you absolutely froze them. Are you calling the pitches, the catcher calling the pitches, or is Coach Maloney calling those pitches?
Coach Miller calls the pitches.
Oh, Coach Miller.
Yeah.
we weren't sure where that was coming from, but I tell you what, you are one heck of a ball player. You pitch one heck of a game. This is a sectional game. Did you feel any extra pressure there?
Oh yeah, I mean, we knew it was going to be a close game, one run and all that. So I don't know. I just try to stay focused and throw strikes.
A lot of people don't know about you. You're a multi-sport guy. You play football, you play baseball. If you had a chance to score a touchdown in a football game or throw a game like today, what would it be?
Definitely throw a game like today.
Well, congratulations and good luck to the next round. Okay. I'd like to thank a couple people here. Hold on. Who we got? Yeah, come on in here. We just want to wrap a couple things up. Mr. Brady's going to come in here. I want to thank Aleska Productions for doing this game today. Vinny, you did a great job. Put you up on the roof. We got Mr. Brady came in. He'd missed the entire game. Mr. Lasco stayed in for him. So, Dennis, quick comment?
I just want to apologize to all the boys, and I want it to be official for missing this game. It was probably one of the best games that everybody has ever seen. And CJ, congratulations. And Pete, these are my two adopted kids.
No, you only get one. You only get one, and that was it. I want to bring Mr. Lasco. You want to step in here, fellas? Thank you very much. All right. Tony Lasco, you did a great job all year long. I want to thank you for being part of this baseball program. I want to thank you for your announcing the guys and being up in the box and missing a lot of your son's action there. And I want to thank you very much. And
my pleasure, Mike. In fact, before you bring Coach Maloney in, I think the boys have a little something for you also.
Bring those.
I don't think people really understand how important Mike Mooney is to the program because he'll say it, he'll be modest about it.
Well, enough of that. So let's move on with the production here. Thank you very much, fellas. How you doing? Congratulations, Nick. Mr. Hall, congratulations to you.
We just like to give this ball.
Oh, well, thank you very much. And you know what I want you to do with this ball? I want you to put a W on here, put the date on here, put the score on here, and then I'll put it on my trophy case, okay? Thank you very much, fellas. Congratulations. Good luck to you in the next round. All right, thank you very much. You're a pleasure. It's a privilege and a pleasure to do these games. Bringing in Coach Maloney, his head coach, Mr. Frank Maloney. This guy's one of the toughest interviews to get, so we're happy to have him on the air here this afternoon. Coach, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
I'm going to take that lid off so people can see that beautiful face of yours. What do you think of this game?
I thought this was a sectional semifinal game, not a sectional, opening round game. I thought CJ pitched unbelievable. They're a good team. They hit the hell out of the ball. I thought our kids really matched their intensity. It was a competitive game. That game sums up our league pretty much. CJ did a great job on the mound. Pete DeResta, that's a clutch hit. That was a shot. But I thought, Jim Schultz, who's the other pitcher, did a great job. And he battled, and, our kids hung in there, and we knew CJ was going to keep us in the game. And fair play to him, that's exactly what he did.
You seem to be working CJ through batter after batter. I could hear you in the box. You were talking to him. You were on him constantly, giving him encouragement. You really walked him through a lot of batters there.
Well, CJ is a very, very tough individual. And I'm just talking myself actually through it. He's actually more composed probably than I am. But he really plays off me, and I play off him. He's really developed into a tremendous pitcher. He was just named all section and league pitcher of the year. And there's a reason why. We've had that in the past with guys like Tommy Curran, Tommy Paradise, Steve Hagan, Brian Parrish, just to give you Chris Tanalos. So he's in that list now of those those pitchers that in history, when you look back, you're gonna say, wow, he was pretty good.
Well, he's definitely one of the great ones, and you're one of the great coaches here. I tell you, you coach. This is your 6th year, and you've brought this program along, and you've taken it in your 6th year. This had to be one of the most exciting games you've ever seen. But I want to congratulate you and Coach Miller for doing a great job year after year. You process guys. You seem to get these guys to come on, and it's a real tribute to you, both of you.
Yeah, my assistant coach, is tremendous. The kids love him. He's hardworking. His knowledge of the game. I don't even worry about anything anymore. He calls. I just let him call the pitches now, unless I want something. And he puts up with me, which is kind of hard sometimes. But I'm very lucky to have him. The kids are very lucky to have him because he shows up every day and he works hard, and that's all you can ask him.
Well, both of you guys work very hard. And I want to congratulate you, Coach, and congratulations. Good luck to you going forward. God bless you. God bless you and your family.
Get the next one too.
You certainly will. Well, that wraps it up here for Mahopac with a 1-0 win. It's as exciting as it gets in the sectional tournament. I want to thank everybody for watching this game. God bless all you and Jimmy McDonough. God bless you.